Listen!
Because I was... Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. Both
Fred.
Royale and I failed. In our respective disciplines, I failed to turn the sound back on. He failed to turn Discord on. And we are off to a smashing start for this, the latest episode of RvR. Welcome!
Yes. You know, it's perfect though for the pre-show. You know, there's no. Are you even live streaming if there's not tech issues?
Exactly. What's the point? Might as well just
have
pre-recorded this and sweated a lot less buckets at the end of the day. How are you doing?
Good. I'm hanging in there. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit distracted this morning because if you know, there's a thing called Star Wars Celebration going on right now, and so I've sort of got my eye on. I've got a friend out there right now, and someone just. There's a rumor going around that the new expansion to Star Wars Outer Rim is being sold somewhere on the floor. So I'm desperately trying to mess with my friend. Can you just take a look at it? If you have a little room, could you pick up a copy for your old friend here? So
I mean, it's gonna be an expansion box. It can't be that big.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm telling them. So I mean, we're gonna see if I come home, if they come home with a surprise for me or not. Hopefully they do, because. Did you know, Richard? I don't know if we talked about this, but yesterday was the 45th anniversary of Star Wars hitting the theaters.
Wow,
May
really?
25th, 1977.
Yeah,
if you can believe that. Yeah, it blows me away. And of course, I did watch it last night, late at night. I sort of half watched it. I just threw it on, on Disney Plus and had it in the background. But the movie still, it still speaks to me. We talked about Star Trek the other day. I still love Star Trek, but something about Star Wars always takes me back to being a little kid in that theater with my mom and dad and being blown away by all the exploits of the Jedi and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Thank
Although if
you.
you were a real fan, you would have just fired up Phantom Menace and then done a 15-hour marathon.
Oh,
That's the proper way to celebrate.
that is the hardcore way. I've been a fan of the Machete order for many years, where you watch episode 4 and 5, then you backtrack to episode 3, and then you go back to 6. You leave out 1 and 2, which I think is the proper way to do it. But it's all good. It's all Star Wars. I'm not gonna hate on any of it. But enough Star Wars. What are we up here? What are we up to today, my friend?
Well, we are going to be playing on tour. But not as you know it, folks. Not the original, touring North America and Europe, which is, I believe, what's in this box here. We are going to be touring Paris. And you folks can play along with us at home. We haven't started yet. It's not too late. Go to paris.rahdo.com, which I've actually put on screen below us right now. That'll take you to a page on Board Game Geek where you can print out a black and white version of this, and you'll be able to play with us because this is a bingo style roll and write. And hopefully a few of you play along and let us know how badly you crushed us at the end of the game, because we don't want to get too full of ourselves here.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this, and in my practice run earlier, I was terrible. This is way tougher than I thought it would be.
Oh my God. Okay. And I have to, okay, so you'd have done one practice run.
Yeah.
I have played 1.5 games. Jen and I, we started playing, and we got about maybe not even halfway through the game. We're like, oh my God, we both screwed up so terribly badly. We will never recover. Was me. And we played a second game all the way through. And I had meant to play it again this morning before we went live and just ran out of time. So I'm a bit terrified as well because, man, this new map, it is fiendishly clever, and I'm really impressed by it.
I mean, just that one little thing they added with the river, like, just really sets it apart from the other game. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, even though I stunk at it. But we'll see. Hopefully, the second time's a charm.
Yep. Hey, folks. Let me know, how are our volume levels? Is my volume level the same as his? How's the sound overall? Talk, man.
Chat. Hello, hi. This is my normal speaking voice. Let us know how the volume is.
This is also my normal speaking voice, and let me know how my volume is. Now, here's the interesting thing. I don't know if it's just me, but when you speak, I'm hearing a tiny bit of, like, static. Did anybody else hear it when Royale speaks?
Oh, you know what? Let me try this. Here's the remote to my fan. I'm turning it off right now.
Okay, talk
now, if I talk, hello, can you hear any kind of static?
There you go.
It was the fan. Okay.
So, are you in OBS? Have you set up noise gates to try to get rid of background noise? And then every time you spoke, the background noise snuck in?
Well, here's the thing. When I use OBS as the virtual cam, is that capturing my mic too, or is Discord capturing my mic? Because I do have noise gates.
It's Discord. I mean, I wish I could output OBS audio into Discord, but I have not found a way to do that.
Yeah, I have a noise gate when I'm in OBS on my mic, but I don't know how to do it on Discord, if there is a way to do noise stuff on Discord.
Well, I mean, it might just have been me. Nobody else... I mean, are you going to make it? Will you be able to... I mean, you are in SoCal. Okay. I'm sure it's a beautiful sunny day.
It is a sunny day. It's starting to warm up down here, too. And just the way the studio is, like, this room, it's a former guest room, so it's one of the few rooms of the house that has carpeting, which I like because it deadens the sound, but it also makes it a little warmer in here. Ooh. So, yeah, it's the trade-off for the sound versus But I do have the door open, and I mean, I'm sure hopefully we'll get there. I can always run the air.
Turn it back on. I mean, here's the thing. I've got you direct in my ear, so I'm like picking up more detail. Maybe it's not so bad. Turn it back on, and then I'll just shut up for a sec, which is rare.
Okay, it's on right now. I'm speaking as the fan is on. Can you hear any static in the background?
No, this time I couldn't.
Okay. Huh. Weird. Okay,
yeah. Okay. Enjoy, bask in the luxury of air.
Yeah. And yeah, it definitely helps. The other day I did a stream and I was dying.
Oh wait, it's back now. The static is back.
It's back. Oh shoot. Okay, I'm going to. It's not that bad right now. Okay, here now I've turned it off. Can you still hear static?
No, and then it's just gone instantly. I wonder if it had to get up to a certain speed and therefore volume level, maybe.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I have it on the lowest setting. It is what it is. I mean, it's a fan in a little room.
Yep,
So.
Wesseloid reports he heard it come in as well. So
got it.
It's definitely a thing. Do you not have air conditioning?
I do. I could run it.
A cheap so-and-so who just doesn't run it unless you
pretty much.
Have
I'm
to?
like, am I really gonna run the air just for this little room? If anyone else is in the house, that'd be fine. But I may turn it on.
And what would your ancestors say, knowing that Ruel Gaviola? Oh, you can handle 78 degrees.
No. Oh, I love bringing the ancestors in. You know what? I'm going to think about my ancestors and say, you know what? There's a great person who invented air conditioning. I might as well take advantage of it. So
there you go.
Yep. Yeah. Let me get the, what is this thing called? The Nest. I can turn on the air. Okay.
It's interesting. Scott gets a little technical. Says you can send OBS via virtual cam to Discord. I have actually tried that with the virtual cables that I am using, and it did not work. The virtual cables that I have installed to separate Ruel from me, from like the stream avatar noises, so they can all be separated out. I've got all that set up. I got an extra virtual cam to output from Streamlabs OBS to Discord, and it should have worked, and it just didn't, and it made me very sad because I was feeling I was really clever when I thought I'd put all that together. And then I gave up in despair, and which means sadly Ruel can still not hear any of the sound effects or anything that happens during the show.
Yeah, I don't even mess with the virtual cables. I have not even attempted that. That's beyond my skill set, I believe. But I mean, I don't know. One day we'll give it a shot. But for now, I will we will go with what we have. Welcome everybody. Thanks for hanging out. This is the RvR show that y'all unlocked, which means that Rahdo and I are going to be playing a game against each other, and you can play along. There is the link there, paris.rahdo.com. You'll be able to download your own sheet and play along. And
I believe you have to have a Board Game Geek account, because I don't think Board Game Geek lets you look at files if you can't actually log in. But it literally takes less than 20 seconds to make a Board Game Geek account. It's really fast and easy. I don't think they make you wait for the confirmation email or anything like that. Yeah, cool. But that's where they've got it right now. And if you do, you will end up downloading this map right here, but in black and white. And let's see here. While we're getting ready for people to show up, let me adjust things a little bit. I can make you a bit bigger. You don't have to be quite so tiny. Nobody puts Ruel in the corner.
Thank you.
There we go.
Cool.
All right, so there I am.
Do you have special dice? Mine are like just the red dice.
I think the red dice are what came with the original game. This one comes with big reds. When they sent me this, they sent me some big yellows.
Ooh, lucky.
So, they're exactly the same size, same manufacturer, I assume, just yellow instead of red. I don't know if the full version, because this is not an expansion for On Tour. This is a standalone version of On Tour, because it introduces two maps, the Paris one and the New York one. Now, we're not playing New York today because it's much more complex. But I've already done a full run-through of that on the YouTube channel if you want to check it out. And although, unfortunately, I don't think you can download your own copy of the New York map, at least not yet. But when you eventually get it in your hands, you can come back years later and watch my run-through and try to beat my score. If I recall correctly, I did pretty good. I was pretty happy with my final results there. But today, it's Paris, which, when we get going, we'll... because this is for you folks who are playing along with us now, but this will be a standalone run-through that people will be able to play years to come. So we'll do a little bit of explaining how On Tour works, how the river Seine works here, and really mixes things up. Although this, if you played On Tour before, this is 95% the exact same rules.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So how are we doing?
Looks like everyone's here. Wes Lloyd says, by the way, I love the sound effects on the podcast, and I think you should keep them.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was a question that came up recently. Because, of course, we take the R&R, I do my top 10s and all of that, and various things, and I put them on the podcast, and I give them just the final show, which is what we're there to do, but then I also give them the extended with all the extra stuff. And somebody had said, well, maybe you should do it without all the sound effects. And because they can be kind of annoying, and I understand. I mean, hey, some people find them annoying. I mean, a week doesn't go by that 2 or 3 people don't tell me I hate the stream avatars. Get rid of them. But I think most people like them. They're so adorable. Why would anybody not like them?
They're fun. Yeah, they're fun.
Yep. I think the worst thing is if you're listening to this as a podcast and our sound goes out, and then in rapid succession we get 5 or 6 booms. That can be a bit startling when you're on your jog, I think. It just goes quiet for a little bit. But I mean, by now, people in the podcast should know, Rahdo's gone quiet. That means 3, 2, 1, boom, 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 trying to get my attention.
And, I mean, I hopefully I'm not jinxing it, but so far so good with the new mic. We haven't had any issues, right?
No
or you
problems.
Haven't had any...
I think, this will be like the 3rd show with it. And, it's interesting, too. When I've still got the old mic that is starting to fail, and I'm pretty confident it was the microphone now, because I tried to set it up as a second mic for when Jen comes in here, because it's always a pain when she comes in here. I try to get the mic equidistant from both of us and both of our sound quality, but I set that up for her, and when I was doing it, I noticed, I'm just trying to plug the cable in, and the light on the mic started flickering like crazy. And I'm like, that looks like a hardware connection failure.
Yeah.
Which,
okay.
Aw, thank you. The stickers have recently stopped declaring who actually said the sticker. But hearts back to you.
Hearts.
I do not know how to do this at all. This is hard.
It took me forever to learn how to do this.
But you're a pro. I'll just say live long and prosper and reply.
There you go. Yeah,
I'm always surprised when people have a hard time doing this. This is the easiest thing in the world.
Right? It's natural.
Although I suppose maybe when I was 6 years old, it was kind of tough as I practiced over and over again.
True.
All right.
Speaking of, just going back real quick. So you, when Jen comes in, you're using 2 mics now, or?
Well, we haven't done it yet. So I've got this set up. I've got my mic there. I've got Jen mics there. And so the next time we record something together, which will probably be the next Jen jog we do, which I think we're doing this week, which is a Patreon-only show where Jen does a roundup of all the games we played the month, and she rates them. She rates them on a 1 to 5 star scale, and she can be a little bit more cutthroat than me, quite frankly. But, it'll be our first test of this. Although it's interesting, I mean, my voice is so loud. Even though the mic is over there and it's turned away from me, I will still be louder than her talking directly into it. So I experimented with stuff, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. I found a way in OBS, I don't know if you know this, you can set up OBS to where, hey, here's the sound of the video game you're playing or the website or your co-host or whatever. When sound comes in from a different source, like a different microphone, automatically duck the sound down. Which is very, very cool. So I've set that up so that when my mic starts picking up, it'll deaden the other mic. So the Jen will get quieter and quieter, but the mic won't pick me up anymore. And then when she starts talking, it'll deaden my mic, which is an important thing because once I get going, nobody can hear anything anyway. So Jen can overload me. I've actually been thinking about setting it up between you and me as well, because we are totally unprofessional. We talk over each other all the time.
Yep. Yeah. So is that a plugin or is that just basic OBS?
It is built in. It is not an extra plugin. It's I think I'll show you how to do it sometime.
Okay.
Because it is pretty cool.
So I was thinking with Michelle, because same problem. My voice is like way louder than Michelle's. And I was thinking we have an extra mic. I could set up 2 mics for both of us, but I wasn't really sure how to do it. And then but that sounds great.
Well, I will let you know. Like I said, we're doing our first test. I think on either Friday or this weekend when we record. And fingers crossed. Live long and prosper, it'll work fantastically. And if so, I'll walk you through it. Because it is, it's pretty easy. Actually, I discovered it by accident when I was looking for a way to be able to stream to you all the sound effects of the show. And I could not make that work, but I did find this other thing that seemed very, very nice. Okay, we've been chitter-chatting for a while. Do you think we should get going? What do you think?
Yeah, I think we should. Let's, everyone's had plenty of time to download a sheet and if they wanted to, and... let's play a game. To
answer Goblin's question, yes, the mic on Jen has an omnidirectional mode and it has a directional mode. It is set to directional, and even then, with it faced away from me, my voice booms. And Jen is very sweet and charming. Okay. Let's see. Some questions are coming in. Okay, folks. Hey. After we're done with this, we, depending on how much time, we might stick around and do some Q&A afterwards. So follow Mom Gamer 101's example there and start your questions with a question mark, because that means it'll put it in our queue so we won't miss them. All right? Cool.
Ooh, there's some good questions in there already.
Are there?
Yeah, folks.
Well, do you want to do some Q&A right now and give people a bit more chance to show up? I mean...
Yeah, we still got some time. Why don't we do that?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Q&A time.
Here we go.
Pre-show
Goblin
Q&A.
asks, yeah, pre-show Q&A. Are either of you programmers' favorite programming language? I am not a programmer. I dabbled a little bit when I was a kid, but nothing serious. I know basic. I know 10, was it print hello or something, and then 20 go to 10. Yeah. That's the extent of my knowledge.
To misquote Norman Osborn, I'm something of a programmer myself.
Nice.
When I was 12, like Royale, I started out on my TI 9940. I don't know what computer you had as a kid.
RE800.
Oh yeah, I wished I had one. Well, that was the better one, right? The 400 had the really crappy keyboard, and the 800 had a proper keyboard.
Yeah, the 800 had a real keyboard. Yep.
Yeah, mostly, of course. I'm sure then you, like me, we both were jealous of the kids who had a VIC-20 or a Commodore.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's where all the action was. We had the also rans, but I started out doing extended basic with my TI 994A, and then I kind of mastered that pretty quickly. Transcoding programs from Compute Magazine. Did you have Compute Magazine?
I remember that. Yeah,
do you remember typing in the programs by hand from the center of so you could play little video games? They were very rarely available for the TI, so I kind of got my bones by transcribing into TI's basic from whatever basic was there. And then my parents said, this could be a good future for him. And what did they buy for me? The module for the TI and a programming book in assembly, in machine code. They just jumped right to that. And so there I am at 13 years old trying to learn assembly. And I did okay. I got it good enough to where I made a very, very simple Pong game. Just like a single player, or you just move a little paddle back and forth, and it just, an asterisk bounced around on the screen. And I was like, wow, geez, this is hard. I will never need this. I'm stopping now.
Yeah. That's pretty much my experience too. But I mean, you went much further than I did. But that's cool. What a great story. Let's move on to Kabuki Kid. What is your favorite salty snack food? What is your favorite sweet treat other than ice cream for Rahdo? Ooh, salty.
All right, second favorite sweet, salty. It's what beats pick your potato product.
Right.
Whether it's potato chips or fries, fresh from the grease. Pick one. There's no better conduit for salt in all of human history than a potato.
Yeah, fries are very, very tough to beat. I will throw one out there. I'm a big fan of nori. That's the dried seaweed.
Oh, wow.
I think, it's like super paper thin, and it's salty by itself, but it's not overly salty. I love seaweed. Nori, the dried seaweed. But now, as far as sweets,
okay. So ice cream is the obvious answer. And the second answer is other forms of ice cream. I like candy bars just fine. There's various and sundry. There's some I like more than others. If I had to pick one candy bar above all, I'd probably just pick a straight Snickers.
I was gonna say pick a candy bar. Mine is totally Snickers. That's my all-time favorite.
There you go.
Yeah. It's got that little bit of saltiness because of the peanuts, right? Just that little bit of saltiness.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, it's health food. It's got peanuts in it. It's healthy for you. It's good for you.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, but okay, so the obvious answer, with even a bit of modicum of thought, is donuts. Those are easily my number 2. I love a good donut. I love so much.
So same, yeah. Yep. Good call, yeah. And as we learned on previous episodes, apple fritters are
or a good apple fritter, donut/fritter.
Let's see. Forrest Glass asks, name a few games where someone, a friend or viewer, convinced you to rethink your take on a game for the better. Tell me you are not unshakable mountains of certainty. LOL. Much love. Oh.
Here's the deal. This question, I'm sure it probably came from Forrest Glass last time, and we missed the underlying issue was a game because we did a top 3, but we just said top 3 that we changed our minds on. But the key ingredient was that somebody else convinced you to change your mind.
Oh.
And that's what Forrest is looking for. And I will just say it is very unlikely to have happened. I mean, I have the situation I put myself in precludes it from ever happening because I don't go out and play games with other people. I don't have a weekly Tuesday night board gaming group where somebody said, "Hey, I watched your video. I understand you didn't like it, but here, play it with me anyway. I want to show you what you're missing." That just never happens to me. It fundamentally can't happen to me. So no game gets the chance to have an avatar speak on its behalf and convince me that I was wrong. So I don't think it's ever happened.
Have you? So you haven't? You can't think of any example of like a viewer or someone just reaching out to you and say, "Hey, you should really give this another shot," or
viewers do that all the time. And I mean, I will happily engage in dialogue about, okay, I understand what you're saying, but you understand what you're saying is the strength. Here's why that's the fundamental thing I don't like. The thing that you like. Because as often as not, it's people saying, really, First Empires isn't that rough. Dune Imperium isn't that mean. Scythe isn't that mean. Whatever. It isn't that mean. And okay, even if it's 2% mean, I would rather have 0% mean, thanks. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yep.
What about you?
I can't think of the first example that it's a close one. My buddy Daryl, he's my main gaming buddy outside of Michelle.
So you're in a situation where this could happen for you.
Yeah. He loves the game Cry Havoc. This came out years ago from I think Portal Games is now the publisher, but I think it was Grant Rodiak's game, the guy that designed Fort and whatnot, and I liked the game, but he loved it so much. I played it again, and it convinced me that, I mean, it was a really good game. Like, I thought it was an okay game, but having played it with Daryl, and he had, said, "Hey, we got to take a look at this one more time. Give it another shot if you don't mind." I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I really enjoyed it the last couple of times I played with him. So maybe that's the one. And I didn't think it was a bad game, but I just thought it was an okay game, which I really enjoy now. Okay.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not an unyielding monolith, but I kind of think I am. Because, I mean, even if somebody and I were to get in that situation, I mean, you can't convince me to like something I don't like. And generally speaking, I think I'm pretty good at appreciating what a game does well, even if I don't like it. But anyway, next question.
Yeah. Next question. Mom Gamer asks, if you could turn back
Sing
time... I was going to say, it sounds like a song, right?
If you could turn back time, if you could find a way...
Who sings
please
it?
continue. Isn't that
who's the artist again?
It's not Tina Turner. If I could turn back time, it's an '80s ballad.
Yeah, it's not.
I think it's a woman, if I recall correctly.
Cher.
Cher.
Let us know. Oh, is it Cher? Okay.
That's why I feel like I'm nailing it in my head, because in my head, my voice sounds like Cher's.
If you could turn back time, would you? May I ask how far back and why? Oh. If you could turn back time.
Life is so good.
I mean,
right now.
If I could and why, it's easier for me. It's an easy decision.
Yeah.
I would turn back time to make it where Michelle and I meet up again sooner rather than later in life.
Yeah, because it was destined to be. And
it was destined to be, but why not a few years later?
Why not? That's a good one. I have to admit, mine is more. But yeah, I'd be happily just turn it back like 8 years so that I could buy $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. I mean, I would certainly do that. I would, and I know it's bad for the environment, but I would still like to be a multimillionaire at this point, if possible. Yeah. So I would certainly do that, but that's the obvious thing. Yeah. You have a really genuine, heartfelt one. Do I have anything like that?
Yeah, and I'm thinking, do I have anything like that where I would turn back time, I would go back in time and go bet on the World Series since I know all the winners.
I mean, there's so many.
Yeah,
the other reason I'd want to turn back time is because I'm greedy and I want more life. So, I mean, in that regard, honestly, I would be, I don't know, maybe it'd be insane, maybe incredibly frustrating to say, oh, I'm going to go back to being 12 years old, but with my brain as it is today. What would that be like to have a 53-year-old man's brain in a 12-year-old's body, trying to deal with your parents who think you're a stupid kid, and, okay, no, I'm not. At this point, I'm more mature than you are, Mom and Dad, in your late 30s and early 40s. And also going back to a time without the freaking internet.
Yeah.
I don't understand how we survived, quite frankly.
It's like
having to sit through commercials
or something.
like cavemen.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a great question. Thank you, Mom Gamer. Wonderful question. Here's one from the Sea Otter. Did either of you back Raw or the special edition of Castles of Burgundy?
The special edition of Raw is nice, but I didn't see a reason. I'm happy with my my first Dutch edition, 999. I think it was a publisher from. I think it was a Dutch publisher. I'm happy with that. I mean, Raw doesn't need to have. I mean, it looks gorgeous, but Raw is a simple game. I definitely want Castles of Burgundy. Make no mistake about it. Although I'm still on the fence. I think they still got those Snowdonias for $69.
Ooh.
And I looked into everything that's in there. I watched Amy and Maggie's video on it. Oh, we didn't actually talk about this a bit. Let me follow up. In case you watched the RvR show the other day, folks, and we talked about the Snowdonia Deluxe set, which is on an insane once-in-a-lifetime price. The one thing to bear in mind, there were a lot of mistakes in the rulebook and on a bunch of cards. The publisher has made available upgrade packs for the cards. So if you get that, you'll probably need to figure out how to get those as well. They have not made available corrections for the rulebook. I mean, they're all written down. You're just going to have to take a Sharpie and fix the rulebook yourself. But we should have mentioned that in the R&R the other day. By hook or by crook, I will get Castles in Burgundy. I just haven't taken the time to look at it. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking, well, I could spend a lot of money for it, or I could tell Awakened Realms, hey, you know what? I'll do a run-through for it if you send me a review copy. So I will get it, and make no mistake.
Yeah. And in full disclosure, I mean, I didn't back Rob, but it's only because I'm getting a copy from 25th Century Games because, like you said, as content creators, you can reach out sometimes and say, hey, I'll do this for that. And that's basically, I did some social media for them, and yeah.
I mean, you're paying for it. You're paying for it with your time instead of your cash.
Time, exactly.
And cash just represents your time anyway.
Exactly. So I took the time, and I'm very happy about that. Castle Burgundy, I looked at it, and maybe I should reach out to Awakened Realms because I want it, but that's a little more than I wanted to spend.
Honestly, I was on the fence until I saw some of the. I mean, Steffenfeld himself is adding completely new modules for it, and they sound really freaking cool. And that's what took me off the fence. It will be mine.
I may have to join you off that. Okay. Scott O'Brien says TA 99.4A was the bomb. Mine just broke last year.
Oh no.
Wow. Last year. Okay, favorite cartridges, Car Wars, I remember Munchman.
Munchman,
Blasto,
baby.
TI Invaders, or The Attack.
All right. Oh, you're asking, or no.
Is that a question?
I played Munchman a lot. I did have TI Invaders. And I mean, I can certainly. Oh, no. Easy. How dare you, sir, not mention the greatest dungeon delving game of all time, Tunnels of Doom.
Ooh.
Randomly generated dungeons, 4 character classes, first person delving, over the head, turn-based tactical combat. Awesome. I'm sure it's terrible now. I just looking at it through rose-colored glasses.
I don't remember that one.
Tunnels of Doom.
Okay.
Find it on YouTube, I'm sure. And laugh
Goblin
at it.
981, I'm jumping them right to the top of the queue here because this question I wanted. Any interest in Twilight Inscription?
Okay, we will end on this one. I don't even know what this is.
I am all in. This is Twilight Inscription is a roll and write version of Twilight Imperium. I thought it was a joke. It is not a joke. They just announced it $65 for a roll and write, and it plays on about 1.5 to 2 hours, folks. I am all in on this thing. I am so fired up. Yeah, right. It's got all the different factions of Twilight Imperium. It can play up to 6, I think, and it has a solo mode. So right there, that solo mode, I'm going to get my $65 worth and then some, folks. So I am fired up about that. I hope there are some other people who are excited about it. But
you know what? I guess I have heard of it because I do have it on my wish list as it happens.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'm already
Twilight Inscription.
All right,
we have some other questions. We could save those though.
Yeah. Because we're here to actually play this game, and I think hopefully we've given everybody enough time, if you want to play along, to go to paris.rahdo.com and print out the map, or just bring the bitmap into Paint or whatever you've got on your platform to go that way, because we are here to play a game, and it is On Tour Paris. So, are you ready to go?
I am good to go.
Okay.
Are you going when we start recording? Are you going to be giving like a rules overview and everything?
Yep. Yeah, because this video will stand the test of time. People will be able to play it years from now and download the bitmap and play it. So, got to give them all the basics. I mean, the game's so simple. I don't think it'll take very long.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let me let's see here. Make sure I've got everything set up. I've got the box cover. Yeah. So, are you ready to go?
I'm good to go, sir.
Okay, well, before we get going, just come back. We were so busy chatting, I did not say thank you, Big Bobtail, for subscribing with Prime. By now, you should have a little stream avatar running around there on the screen. Scroll down, there's a list of commands you can do with them. And, let's see, anything else happen while we were chit-chatting away? No, I think we're all caught up. Oh, sometime between our last show and, Raphael Kriuk Ziak, wherever you are, sir, thank you also for subscribing so that we can unlock, I turned this off during the test, we can unlock another RvR. The more people subscribe, the more often this will happen where you folks can play games with us. So, and if you subscribe with Amazon Prime, it's free. Money straight out of Jeff Bezos' pocket and putting it into our pockets. We're really Robin Hoods of a sort.
Yeah.
Digital cyber Robin Hoods.
Cyber Robin Hoods.
Although we're only doing it through the auspices of Jeff Bezos. So
right.
Anyway.
He's still getting a little bit.
yeah. It all comes back around to Jeff in the end.
Yep.
Okay, so then so I'm going to do this like, hey, everybody, today Rahdo runs through On Tour Paris. We're going Klingon subtitles, and we're just going to go. Once we're going, we're going. Which means, folks,
cool.
I've just turned on this little reminder up there that once we start playing, we aren't really going to be able to respond to do back and forth with the audience. But if you have questions, if we got time, we'll do another Q&A afterwards. And if during the show something is going horribly wrong and we haven't noticed, you can get our attention by using the Hey Listen sticker. Again, if you scroll down below, you will see there are a list of stickers that you can click. And you can do them to applaud a really good move or whatever it might be. One of them is Navi from the old Zelda games. It says, hey, listen, and I'm listening in the ear. And if I hear a hey, listen, I'll look over at the chat where you're shouting, oh my God, your microphone is off or your camera has crashed or whatever type thing. So you've got that. Otherwise, we are just going to be me and Royale pretending nobody else in the world exists as we go head to head in On Tour Paris. Okay, does that make sense?
All right, I'm good to go.
All righty then. Okay, folks. Then let's get going. One more sip.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, so. Whew.
Hey, listen.
Oh wait, somebody just said, hey, listen. What is it? Okay, Bing 14. I think Bing was just testing because I don't see anything actually in the chat. So don't cry wolf, audience. Oh, hold on.
Oh, Battle Royale.
There is a reason that we had to listen. There you go. That's why it's there, folks. The audience is keeping us honest. Nice. At this point, it would just be bad luck to start the show without a Battle Royale. So, the Battle Royale. And for folks who are here for the first time and you're wondering, what? What did I sign up for? What is this channel? The folks who subscribe to the channel or who back the show on Patreon have their avatars. Those avatars are now going to fight to the death for coins.
Yeah. Good luck.
Fight! All right, how's it going? I'm out in the open. Nobody can touch me. I'm backstabbing Miantos. Another backstab to Miantos. Oh no, but Wesseloid backstabs me. And somebody, meanwhile, is hugging us in there? I can't tell. Oh, it's a huge scrum. Can't really see who's going what, but I walked in full health, and now I'm pretty much completely dead. One more hit, and I'm out. And I think... I'm out. I think Goblin delivered the killing blow. Meanwhile, Cherish Manor just picks up a health pack and is now the one to beat with those mean, big eyebrow eyes. Let's keep an eye on Cherish Manor. Going to throw down with Goblin, 981. Goblin, you should have stayed home, buddy. Cherish gets revenge on my behalf. Fem Sensei cannot stop the Cherish Manor. But Genzi thinks he's got what it takes with his Mario mustache and his palette and his banana. And he did. Okay, nice. It's coming down to the wire, folks. Bodie Belly versus Miantos versus Gensi. I think Gensi has... Bodie Belly, Miantos. 201 leaves. It's Bodie Belly versus Gensi. And... Gensi picks up another health pack. To add insult to injury, Gensi ends the fight almost at full health. I don't think we've ever seen that before.
Wow, that was cool. People in chat did mention there was no music this time.
Was there? Oh, shoot, folks, I'm sorry. Yes, it's so dumb. These stupid virtual cables. I'm sorry, folks, you didn't get to hear this. Oh, well, but I enjoyed it. It was there. At least you got the color commentary. Drat. I forgot. Actually, right before we went live, I come in, I'd set everything up, relaxed for a little bit, came in, 15 minutes or 20 minutes to go, and there's no internet in the room.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, reset Wi-Fi. No internet. Jeez, come on! Ah!
Oh
Okay,
my gosh.
reboot computer, rush over to the router, reboot router, wait minutes. Why do routers take so long to reboot? It's ridiculous. And then everything was fine. And so I forgot my normal checklist of things to do. One of them was confirm that stream avatar sound is working. In case somebody wants to do a duel, I better make sure it's working now. So there's a double reason to do the Battle Royale. Okay, so I have to go into sound, and then I have to go into advanced sound options, and then I have to find streaming avatars. And even though it's set to cable B input, it won't work until I unset it and then reset it. And now, let's confirm it works. Folks, tell me if you hear the farts. Oh, if I can spell it right.
Is that the command, mass farts?
They're not loud farts. I tried to make them not too obnoxious. Okay, yep, they heard the farts. All right.
Yep, they heard them. Nice. Many farts.
Okay, cool. Well, hopefully that makes up for not hearing the Star Trek battle music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Farts.
Cool. So now we are ready, spaghetti to go. And
let's do this.
Okay, you good?
I am good.
Then let's do this thing. Said like a proper action hero. Okay. All right. Hey everybody, today Rahdo runs through on... Actually, wait, no, this isn't a run through, this is a preview because it's on Kickstarter. Start over, take 2. Hey everybody, today Rahdo previews... God dang it, I'm just messing up left, right, and center.
Hi.
All right, let's try it again. That was the wrong scene switch. Plus, I started on the wrong scene too. All right, third time's the charm. Hey everybody, today on Rahdo Runs Through, we are previewing On Tour Paris and New York. But before I get going, please turn your subtitles on to the Klingon channel so that when I make rules goofs, you'll know what they are. And if you've done that, well, then welcome. Oh my God. What is wrong with me? Plus, my phone just beeped at me, which is freaking me out.
Okay.
All right.
Take care of that.
4th time is the charm. Jeez Louise.
Everyone, you all get to see the making of the sausage, as we like to say.
Oh my gosh, big time.
Yeah,
what is this?
This is it.
Why are you sending me anything? All right, it's gone now.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, the hardest thing about doing run-throughs for me, by far, is starting. And an average run-through, you know, when I'm here by myself, and I screw up at least a half a dozen times on almost every single run-through I do. In that opening patter, and I just start getting more and more mad. I'm like, and then, hey everybody, today Rahdo, you know, but, so, it's actually, I'm surprised this hasn't happened more often. All right, so, I'm hitting this button, and then I'm supposed to hit this button, and then this button. I actually put, yeah, all right, okay. This time for sure. Hey everybody, today on Rahdo Runs Through, we are previewing On Tour Paris and New York. But before I get going, please turn your subtitles on to the Klingon channel so that when I make rules goofs, you'll know what they are. And if you've done that, well, then welcome to Paris. And also, welcome to my good friend, Royale Gaviola. Hey Royale, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Richard?
I am doing okay, and I hope you are ready to go on tour through all the jazz clubs of Paris, because you and I are going head to head. You have got your own version of the game up there in the top right corner of the screen. I can go on ahead and bring it up close and personal if people want to get a better idea of what's going on. And we are going to both be managing jazz bands touring all over 6 districts throughout Paris. But here's the trick, folks. It doesn't have to be just us. You can get in on the action as well. Follow a link down in the show notes to the URL paris.rahdo.com, and you can download your own black and white printout version of this sheet, and you will be able to play with us. Even if you're watching years from now, perhaps even centuries from now, you can see if you can beat our high scores. Because I'm sure Board Game Geek will still be with us centuries from now, and so it will still be hosted. So, go on ahead, download it, print it out. We'll wait a few minutes. No problem. We'll just hang out. Okay, there we go.
No problem at all.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, easy peasy. So, you're ready to go, folks? Here's the way it works. The core gameplay here is very simple, but there's a little bit of setup all of us have to do up front. And it means we have to pick 4 gigs that will already be booked throughout town, because that's what we're doing. We're booking gigs for the band that we manage. Now, we do that with these dice. I'm going to roll these bones, and we have a 21 and a 12. So somewhere on this map, we're going to write the number 12, and we're going to write the number 21. And those are going to be 2 stops on our tour. Where do we write them? Let's draw a card. Okay, this card says we need to write the number 12. Let's say it's the number 12 first, and it has to be somewhere in the north of the city. Wait, no. It has to be very specifically this spot. I was already jumping ahead. Tell you, folks, watch those Klingon subtitles turn on. We might make mistakes. So look at your version of the map to the stop that's labeled Roman numeral 8. Now, here's an interesting thing. Unlike regular on tour, you will notice that gives you 2 choices. You can pick either of those 2 stops. Now, I'm going to go on ahead and pick this for my 12. And everybody could pick this one or this one. And now, because we chose a stop that was that was actually specifically called out, circle that. That means if during your tour at the end of the game, if you can actually get to this spot, it is worth 2 points. If you get to a spot that doesn't have a circle around it, it's only worth 1 point. So everybody has to pick that. And now we draw another card to see where we're going to put 21. And we're going to put it in the central district at stop number 3, which again means it could be either of those. Now, I feel like I'm putting the cart before the horse, because I should explain how everything works, because you are making some choices, but don't worry about it too much right now, folks. You're not really going to put yourself in too bad a straits depending on which one you want to do. I'm going to put my 21 right there in the left number 3 spot. Okay, so we've got these 2 marked. I'm sure you do as well, Royale. Yep. Now, we roll in. We're going to do this one more time. We have 29 and 92. Okay. And so, stop 29 goes, oh my gosh, look at that. We are now in the west section, but again, we have to put it specifically. You have to put 29. Oh man, that's terrible. That's awful. You have to put it in your other Roman numeral 8.
Whoa.
Yeah, and folks, you will see why as we start to explain why, no matter what, whichever way you put these 2, we're all in trouble. All right, and so that was the 29. The 92 goes into spot 12 down here on the far east. And again, you have 2 to choose from. I'm going to put mine down in the corner, out of sight, out of mind, far away from the things of man. Okay.
Wow, I think we went on the same ones. Okay,
yep.
Cool.
Well then, folks, apparently Royale and I agree. Maybe you just want to follow suit, because clearly we're on tour masterminds.
That's
okay,
right.
So everybody has pretty much the same setup with just a little bit of variety, because unlike regular on tour, there's 2 of each stops. And now, Royale, I'm trying to remember, do these get shuffled back in? In the original on tour, they don't. They're left aside.
Right. From my understanding of the rules, those are out of the game from now on.
Exactly. So these spaces are not going to come up again in the future. Those cards are gone, and now we can finish the rest of the setup. I've already shuffled the deck. We're going to have the dice from here now on, and we are ready to start the first round, where 3 cards are drawn. North, north, and north. Okay. Ooh. Wow.
Right off the bat.
Folks, I promise, I did shuffle this deck, but we have a special circumstance right out of the gate. Let's go on it. We drew 3 cards. These are determining where we will be able to make more stops on our tour. We are also rolling 2 dice. So we are trying to do a 19 or a 91. Your choice.
Actually, sorry.
Yes,
Rahdo,
yes.
Let's back up here. Because they're all the same card.
Yep.
The same. We get to place a star in any one of those.
That is correct. You know what, folks? Let me correct the record for a bit. Let's say we had drawn north-northeast, right? If that had happened, we would write a 19 or a 91 somewhere in the north, or in the north, or in the east. And we would write the other one in one of the other cards. We would write a 19 and a 91 in the north or the east. But as a special surprise, because right out of the gate, we have 3 matching. We don't write 1991. We ignore the dice this round, and instead we write a star, which is a wild card. It can stand in for anything. And now, before you make that choice, I feel it is time to explain a little bit about this game. What we're trying to do is fill every single jazz club on this map with numbers. And once we've done that, and we will all do it at the same time, because every round we're all putting stuff stuff on the board simultaneously. We're just making different choices of where to put our stuff. Once we have finished that, we will all go on tour. And what you'll do is you'll pick one jazz club to be your starting position, and you will just start drawing lines from one stop to the next to the next. And the longer your tour, the more points you get. But the trick is that line has to constantly, it can never descend. It has to either be equal numbers or ascending numbers. So later on, let's say I had a 1 and then a 3 and a 7 and then a 20 and then a 21 and then another 21 and then a 27. Let's say I had worked this out. I might have been planning to say, hey, I would go from the 1 to the 3 to the 20 to the 21 to the 21 again, because they either have to ascend or be the same, to the 27. But I might have been hoping that, you know what, before I'm actually done, I would like maybe get a 14 over here, because then I could go from 7 to 14 to 20 to 21, and that's an extra point because that would be an extra stop. So that is what we're trying to do. Smartly plan out a route from start to finish that will be longer and longer. And right now, we know that if on that final route, if we hit this spot, we'll score 2 points because it's circled. 2 points for here, 2 points for here. And you can see now why we were saying, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Because you don't want to go from a 12 to a 29, because that's like skipping 13 to 28. There were a lot of extra steps that could have happened in there, and you'll end up basically throwing those away. So you're trying, wherever possible, to lay all these things out in a gradually ascending line. But you are confounded by the dice telling you what numbers to place and the cards telling you where you can place them. And so the trick is, right now, because we had 3 matching cards, you can put anything in the north, because they're north cards. You can put a star, and that could be the number 1, that could be the number 100 if you want. And so it really gives you a lot of flexibility. But there is still something to bear in mind. If you put it in Roman numeral number 2, or Roman numeral number 19 up here, and remember, there's 2 of each of these, so you could choose either one, or Roman numeral 16 over here, then because you actually use this specific spot instead of just the region, you will get 2 points if you end up making that stop. So we all get to choose something now, and it has to go anywhere in the north, but in a perfect world, you want to put it in one of these 3. And I think I will do that. I'm going to come up here to 19, and I will put my star up there. And because I did the specific one, I will circle it. And what I'm thinking is, eventually, I'm probably going to want to end at 92, right? And so, this could be like an 80, and then maybe an 85, and then a 92, and that might be where my journey ends. Or instead, I might come up here with an 80, an 85, 92, and then if I get like a 93, then I could jump up there and have my line keep going. So that's kind of already, I'm thinking long term, that I'm going to try and connect these two, because 92 is kind of at the end of the line. Because really, you're going to be getting 00s to 99s in here. So this is the end of the line, but this maybe helps with that. Plus, it's worth more points because I chose a spot. What about you, Royale? What did you choose?
I also went with a circle, the number 2. I want to give myself some flexibility right in the middle of the map here. Right. So I went right there, and hopefully we can start connecting stuff.
Yep, yeah. So, another good one, another good choice. Yeah, just, a nice intersection with 3 different things coming in and out. Now, I should say one thing I didn't mention in the overview, and that's the wrong button. Sorry about that. And that's the wrong button. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, boy, folks. Watch those Klingon subtitles turned on. There will be all kinds of goofs happening today. When you are making that ultimate on-tour route at the end of the game, you can never visit the same venue twice. So that's an extra thing. You can't say, oh, I went around here and then I did a loop-de-loop and went out the other way. So that can really constrain you. So it's a smart idea to give yourself flexibility. But bear in mind, just because there's a star here doesn't mean, oh, I could come in this way and then later on I could come in another way and all of that. It's a one-way in and one-way out for every single one of these stops. So presumably by now, everybody has chosen one of these. And probably one of these 3. You don't have to. You could go anywhere in this zone. Yep. Like you could put a 29 right here because hey, a 29 and a 29 would work, but you wouldn't be getting those extra points. Ooh, that might have been nice to put it right here next to this. But anyway, regardless, we're done with that. We're going to move on to the next round, which means we're going to roll these dice, and we have a 92 and a 29. And let's see if we get another, wow, nope, we don't. So this time, we are going to go into the north, the central, or the central. So you can go, the 29 could say go in the central. And the 92 could go in the central as well, because for each one of these you write, you have to pick a different card. So you can say, oh, I'm going to use this card for the 29. I'm going to use this card for the 92. Or I'm going to use this card for the 29 and this card for the 92. You can't say, oh, I'm going to use this card for both the 20. If you want to go twice in the north, you can only use this once for either your 29 or your 92. And don't forget, folks, in a perfect world, you want to hit space 17 so you can circle it, or space 9, so you could circle it, or space 2, so you could circle it. Now, there's one thing. Everything I've told you about so far is the basics of how the original On Tour works. But there's one extra thing to bear in mind. And you need to know now, because this is the first time that we could start going south of the Seine. The world-famous river that runs right through Paris. You will notice there's no way to connect from here to here. What's going to happen is, at the end, I'm going to use another example. Say, ultimately, I have a 1 here, and I have a 2 here, and I have a 2 here, and then I have a 7 here, right? And then let's say, ultimately, I have a 10 over here, right? Over the course of the game, I ended up with these numbers in these spots. So my tour is obviously intended to be 1 to 2, 2 to 2, 2 to 7, and now, instead of continuing on this way, 7 can connect to this little boat. And I can get on the boat, and I can get off at any other boat. So I would say, okay, well, I'd get on there, and then I'd get off there. So 7 went to 10. And then 10 could move on to 15, and then 17, and 29, etc., etc. But once these two boats that I've used, they can, like anything else, they can only be used once. And here's the thing, folks. You want to use these boats because they are a huge source of points. Say I did this, and I went from stop E to stop J, right? At the end of the game, you don't have to draw it, but I could say, oh, look, I made this trip between these two spaces so I could continue on. The points I will score is E, F, G, H, I. Oh, I'm sorry, that's an I. I will score 4 points. I start here, and I skipped 1, 2, 3, 4. The number of spaces between the letters, whether you're going up or down. So this would be a 4-point bonus for me sailing along here, which is why, in a perfect world, at some point, if you want to score a lot of points, what I might have done instead of all that stuff where I was starting the 1 and going along this way, if I had a 1 here and I had a 2 here, I could say, hey, you know what the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get on the boat here. I'm going to get off the boat all the way over here and then continue with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points for making such a long, lovely boat ride. So I think that pretty much covers it, right, Ruel? And I mentioned this because, right. Hey, with these centrals, you could start getting south of the river now, folks. Although if you do, you won't be getting to circle any spaces. You're still incentivized to go to 2, 9, or, 17.
17, yep.
So did I get that? That was a lot, I know.
No, that was perfect, yeah. And that's the coolest thing about this version of the game, that whole mechanism of taking the boats and traveling around there, because like you said, just that little example, you got 4 extra points. 4 extra points in this game is huge.
That is monstrously huge.
Yeah, that is a monster point total. So
what did you do?
I end up I gave up on 92. I just put it way here in the central, very top. I'm going to ignore it rest of the game basically, and then I put the 29 over here, also in the north,
right next to the other 29. Yes.
Yeah, I figure I put them right next to each other so they can connect if I want to do that.
So more specifically, folks, Ruel used the north because the north let him get over here with the 29. Right, you took the one that gave you right there, because that's perfect. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do the exact same thing. That is too good to pass up. Thank you for helping me strategize. So these two will be able to connect as part of a thread, and they're both worth 2 points. And now that I've used north, I have to go central for one of these other ones. So that was my 21.
Quick question.
Where do I want my 92?
Quick question. On that north one, am I supposed to circle it? Did I hit the right number?
It was number... Oh, hey, wait a second. I'm a big fat... No, yeah, it is. Yes, it is. It's 17, XVII. So depending on which one of these you used, or not, if you used either of those, it's a circle.
Cool.
Give yourself that extra point, sir. So we both did that, and maybe you folks did as well. That's just kind of manna from heaven. But now that means for my 92, I've got to go into one of these. And here's the thing. My other 92 is way over here. I'd like to put it close to this. If I put it over here, then I'd have to get a 92 or a star between them to make this a row. But here's another thing I could do, folks. I keep talking about it. Let's do it. Let's put my 92. I'll use this center. I'm not going to space number 2. I'm ignoring the extra point I could get. I'm putting a 92 right here.
Ooh.
Because I am planning, although, it's so dangerous. If I had put this 92 right here by this other boat, it would be perfect. But it's a bit risky because I want to go from here to here, so I need to get another 92 or a star in that space. Ooh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm very afraid, though. Why didn't I put that 92 by the boat? Okay, what to do? Maybe I... And now the other thing is, Royale said he just buried his 92 way up north. You will often find, you know what? I don't think that's ever going to be part of my tour. I just need to get it out of sight, out of mind, because you must write down a 29 and a 92 someplace. And yeah, the problem is, but these are just so far away from this, they're practically useless. Unless, again, you want to take advantage of the river. I am going to do it, Royale. I'm going to regret this so much.
I love it.
So that means I've got to fit this thing to make these two connect well. I got to get a star here. Why did I put this star here? Ah! All right. So, folks, presumably you have all made your decisions now, and we can move on to round 3, which means these cards go away. 3 new cards come out. We roll them bones. 92 and 29 again!
Oh my gosh! Really?
Wow! Okay, folks, there was no cheating. These are not weighted dice.
Wow.
Did they rolled out of my hand, did they not? I didn't pick them up and just put them back down.
Wow.
Okay, well, you know what? That is manna from freaking heaven, folks, because I am going to use this north here to say, hey, I'm going to write a 92. Now, I'd like to put it here at space 11 because it's worth extra points, but I'd be crazy not to put it right here. So I don't get to circle because I didn't use the specific hotspot, but now look at this. So this is going to be near the end of my tour, and I'm probably hoping to get something here, or maybe here and here and here, to go up to that so that that star will be the actual end of my tour. I swear, folks, there was no jiggery-pokery, no camera tricks. I just rolled 29 twice in a row. All right, okay, so anyway, that was my 92. I still got to put my 29 somewhere. Oh, and here's a problem. Here's a problem indeed, because I'd like to put it over here with this other bundle of 29s. But the only way I can put it over here with these other 29s is if I used my north card. Because otherwise, I got to put a 29 south of the river or somewhere in the center. But you know what? You know what? I am going to put a 29 south of the river. I'm going to put a 29 somewhere south of the river, way over here. So that I'll get on this boat and I'll get off on that boat. Look at that. That'll be nice because that'll be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points to me if I can pull that off.
That is great.
Yes. Okay. So I didn't get the extra points by picking here. Now, I could pick here and I'd get a point and I'd get on this boat, but I'd be losing 2 points by not having a longer boat ride. So I think I'm pretty happy with this. Wow. Okay. Wow, and awesome. What about you, sir? Which way did you go, Royale?
So, yeah, the cards are really tough on this round. So the number 29, I'm just going to load up on the 29s up here. I'm going to hit up all these
okay, so you used your north to make another big bundle.
Use my north. Yep. And then I use my south, just like this 92 up in the north previous turn. I'm going to stick my 92 here because obviously my band doesn't want to go too far north or too far south, and we're just going to ignore those towns. You're going to have to catch us another town, folks. You want to hear the hottest jazz in Paris. So there's that, and I'm good to go.
The ironic thing, the name of your band, 92 Skidoo. And yet they always avoid the 92 venues. All right. Okay. Wow. Okay, so you can see how this river is really starting to mix things up. And, I've often found that as it gets going on, I actually write down. I mean, you don't have to, but you'll notice I'm making notes to myself as I go, how I want these things to connect. I'm even going to go so far as to remind myself that I ultimately want to do this, to go to, if I get really funky, I could go, I think I'd be happy to be able to get another 90s, and then up there. So I know that's kind of where I want to end. At some point, I've got to get from this 29, or it could be, I could start here and get from this 29 all the way down here to this 92 and then come back. Because you're really starting to think about, how these rivers give you so much more freedom and flexibility if you can plan well. Okay. Yikes. Okay, wow. So I think that is a good go. And you're ready to go, right, Royale?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you did. That's right. We looked at yours. So we'll move on to the next round. I'm going to roll these extra hard this time.
Okay, here we go.
Whoa! Okay. Whoa. Folks, remember how right in the very first turn, because we do 3 of the same area, we got to do a star? If you ever roll doubles, you get to do a star. So this can be a lifesaver. It's nice for these to come later in the game when you're really desperate. Right now, when it's all wide open, you can do anything. But here's the deal, folks. You're not going to write 0-0 anywhere. You're going to write a star someplace. But it must be in the south, in the west, or in the north. And if you specifically put it once again at 17 or 15 or 14, you'll get to circle it because it'll be worth an extra point. You don't have to. So pretty much the only place you can't put it is up here, which is kind of where I'd like to put it to make this end go better. But, right, so where am I going to put that? Alrighty. Let's see. So, I got to start asking myself, can I make it from this 21 to this 29? Because if I go, so 20s, 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 I can make this 29, then come over here, and then continue and just try to use this space as best I could to get to the 92 to come there. So that's kind of an interesting long-term thing I'm thinking about. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and put the star right here. Because that'll give me another circle. And it will help me ensure that I can make it from this 21 to this 29 so that my long-term plan can still work out. Okay, and what about you, Royale?
I'm going to put the star right down here. It's not going to be circled, but is going to be right here next to the
boat.
Okay,
so you use the north card for that.
Yep, I use the north. I've got to remember about these boats, which I already forgot about. I need to remember that I need to make some kind of trip here to get some extra points. So it's going to go right there.
Hey, you know what? If you forget the boats, that's okay, because you'll just make me feel better about myself. So you can feel good about that. Okay.
All right.
Cool. All right, folks, then we're ready to move on to the next one. All righty, dighty-doo. Here we go. A 1 and a 2 and a 3. South, east, or south, and roll the bones. And, wow, I almost did doubles again. A 10 and a 1. So, wherever you put that 1 is probably where you're going to want to start your tour. So choose carefully. Choose very, very carefully, folks. But it's got to be in the east or the south. And ideally, you want it in space 12, space 13, or space 20. And then you got to put a 10 somewhere, too. Right.
Oh, this is tough.
Yeah, I mean, this is making a big commitment, picking right now the ideal place to start your entire tour. So I know these are all high numbers. And I know this is kind of mid numbers. This is 29 to 29, and I'm coming from 29. So really, I need to be low numbers over here.
East 1, 10.
All right, so those are both filled. I can't get into there. And I can't get into there. Oh, I could. No. Oh. Wow, I could go for that. If my ultimate end goal is to go something like this, then I could literally put number 1 right here at double X. Folks, I am starting here. I'm going to head over this way, try to get some space before I get to the 21 to the 29, and then from the 29 all the way over to the 92. A plan is coming into shape. So I took that and I got the star for it. And so now my 10 has to somewhere go in the south or again somewhere in the east. And now that I know where my 1 is, I know I want my 10 to be somewhere kind of in this-ish area. Somewhere between when I hit 1 and I hit 21. Right, so the south is dead to me because that means I have to go down there. So I've used my 1 east. I'm going to use the other east. And, oh, wow! Geez, that means I've got to put somewhere in here. I would really like to, oh man. That's a huge jump to go directly from 1 to 10. I don't like it, but I'm going to do it. I'm just going to use this east. And I'm going to, right, oh wait, yeah, I use this east and I use this east. And so ultimately I'm planning, hey, I'll come down here at least, and then I'll go to the 10, and then we'll get over here to the 21 and then on to the 29. Okay, I think I've made my choice. What about you, sir?
Okay, I think I've made my choice. I've stuck the 1 all the way in the eastern portion where I would get the bonus at number 13.
Yep.
And then for number 10, I've used, I believe it's a south card, and I put it over here.
Well, no, the south card is what gave you that number 1. So where'd you
east?
Do? Oh, and then, you used 1. Oh, hey, you cheated. You're a cheater pumpkin eater. Because you'll notice that you use that for the 1, but that could be your 1, but then your other one has to go into an east.
The east.
Yes.
Oh,
and that's the west, sir.
Oh. I was hoping this is still south, this 10 up here.
Which one?
Because the south card is, I could use the south and I could use, okay, let me.
Yeah. Okay, yes. Your 1 just has to be done with the east, which means it can't be circled.
Right.
So you can do what you want. You just lost 1 point, but that's not the end of the world.
Just lost a point. Okay.
Right, yeah.
Cool.
So you used an east to get that 1 in there, and then you use the south to get that 10 over there. Right.
Correct.
And right off the bat, your first move could be to jump from 1 to 10, which would be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
And then just as a quick question, on my map, so I go 1 to 10 on the river.
Yeah.
And then can I go to the river 10 to 29?
Nope, because that boat will be done.
Oh,
so you're going to have to get off the boat at that 10. Then you're going to have to walk around to head over to boat E to be able to get, so you'll have to do a little bit of southwest touring before you get on another boat to get across the river.
That's right.
Now, it could be simple. You could just go directly from your 10 directly east to the next boat. And if you put like an 11 or 12 there, but you can't jump to because you have a 29 next to the boat. If you had your 12 next to the boat, this is getting scary.
Yep. Oh. Okay, roll some doubles. You'll solve my problem.
Can do. Problem solved. That's always the solution, folks. Roll doubles. Get 3 of the same region. Okay. Let's move on. South, central, north, and whee.
Doubles.
Nope. Number 5 is alive.
Okay.
And red 5 standing by. And any other pop culture number 5 references you would like to throw in there. 5 and 50.
You took mine, so.
What's that?
You took mine.
Oh, yeah, that's all I have. I'm sure there's more.
Reference.
All right, so 50 is smack dab in the middle of stuff. But okay, the 5. Let's worry about the 5 first. All right, so if I use this Norse for the 5, I won't be getting the extra points, but I put that in here, and that's going to work pretty nice. So I use the Norse. So now the 50 has to either go in the middle or in the south. Right. Oh, yeah, I need to be down, because I need, in this south, to go from 29 to 92. So I want the 50 somewhere down here. Here's the question. Do I put the 50 in what is this? Is this a 6? This is the first time in my life, Ruel, I feel like all that time is in grade school I spent studying how to do Roman numerals is actually paying off. I'm 53 years old.
Just for this moment right here.
Exactly, because, do they even teach this stuff in grade school anymore?
I don't know.
Or is everybody else is just this IX as opposed to 9? All right. So I'm gonna risk everything again. I'm gonna put this 50 right here and circle it in space number 9. And so I got to get from this 29 up to this 50, and then I kind of come around here back up to the 92. Or I come around this way up to the 50 and then back up to the 92. I'm pretty happy with that. How about you, Ruel? What you got?
I'm making changing my mind here. So I'm going to put that 50. So as you can tell, there are 2 Roman numerals for each district or whatever. So I'm going to take the one on the left. So that'll be 50. So I can still circle it.
Yep.
And then my 5, what is left over? So I'm using, I believe that's the central card. Can I see the card?
All right, you've used the central card. So now you need to go north or south.
North or south. Oh,
and
wait.
If you go north,
use the
you
north.
want... I'm sorry. No, you used north, didn't you? What was the one you did?
The one with the IX or the 9?
Yep. Okay, no, that was your north card.
That's
so now you've got to go somewhere central or south.
South or central. Is the south a 6?
You know what?
A Roman numeral 6?
We'll get up close and personal, folks. There you go.
Hey.
So this is for Ruel. You got to pick one of those. It's 6 or 6.
Oh, 6 or 6. Okay, I'll take 6.
All right, 6 is a good choice.
And I get to circle, and that's my 5 right there at the south, right next to the river.
Oh, did you make? Let's take a look. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's working out pretty well. Or I know how's that working? Oh, I see. So you'll take the 1 to the 5, and then you'll walk from the 5 to the 10, and then the 10 will get on a different boat. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right. Not as good as the original boat ride, but still pretty. It's good save. Good save.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Whee! West.
Uh-oh. Doubles.
North. All right.
Darn.
Okay.
Oh, doubles now.
All righty. Rolling doubles. Here we go. Whee! 41 and 14 in this very tense game of On Tour Paris that we are playing right now, streaming live. Welcome to any folks who may have just shown up. We're in the middle of the game. We're doing our best. And what are we going to do? A 14 and a 41. West, and north. All right, I'd like that 14 to interact with this 12 somehow, but I think this 12 is kind of dead to me. I don't think I care about that 12. But I do care about this 41 because I've got this 50 down here. But I do not have access to the south. So But, you know what? I'm pretty happy with putting a 41 right here in space 7 because it's a hot spot, which means I get to circle it, which means it's worth 2 points. All right, so now I've used the west card for my 41. I've got to use the other west card or the north card for my 14. And really, oh, hey, perfect. All right, I've got anywhere in the north. Let's put, should I do it? Let's put, oh, is it, I mean, I could put 14 right here. Again, another hot spot, but then I got to get from 10 to something to 14. And then come around this way to get to the 21. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go with that. Yeah, I think that'll work okay. 14, stop 14. All right, I'm good to go. What are you thinking?
Okay, so I went with 14 on the, I think it was the west card, and I could circle Roman numeral 16 over here next
That's
to this
correct.
boat.
Yep, yeah, you used the west.
And then I went north, or was it central? I forget. Number 41 up here.
That was north. Yep, you're good. You're good, sir.
Yep. Cool.
All right. Then let's move on to the next round. Whee! Hope you're doing okay at home, folks. Definitely let us know what your scores are in the comments once we get to the end of all this. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, future YouTube viewer, if you don't want to wait to hear all the way through all of our strategies and whatnot, there are links down in the show notes that let you jump from move to move to move. So you can just go right to the new cards and the new numbers. You can make your own turn and then just skip to the end and see how well we did. All right, 8 and 18. Sorry, still no doubles, Royale.
Ooh, okay.
So west, central, and north. North 3, central 10, west 15. More to the point. All righty. So I want that. Oh! I don't want. All right. So that 8 is useless to me because I've already gone from 1 to 5 to 10. So I might as well just bury that 8 out of sight, out of mind. Although it doesn't have to be. Oh my gosh! Look at this, folks. I didn't even think of this. This could be the end of the road. I could go from a 1 to a something to an 8 to a 10 to a something to a 14. That star could be something else completely. Whee! Let's do it. Let's fall in love. Let's put that 8 right here because it's a hot spot in the central zone. Look at that. And now I got to get down to this 14, and then I got to get around to the 21. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so now what I want to do with this 80. All right, I still know I need to jump from 92 to 92 over here. So I need an 80 kind of sneaking up around this way. Let's see, I'm coming around this way, getting up to the 41, to the 50, coming around to the 92. Right? Because I already used 2 boats. Have I? Yeah, no, I've already, wait, what is this 41? Why is this 41 here? Why do I care about that? Why did I put that 41 there? That doesn't help me at all. I think I just put it there because I got to circle it and I didn't think I'm wasting a boat. Oh, man. That sounds like a very disinterested, too bad, so sad for you from Royale Gaviola.
No, my brain is burning here because my map is, I'm looking at like mistakes were made already. I'm like, oh no.
Oh, mistakes have been made. Make no mistake.
Yeah.
All right, so central is dead to me because I took that 8. I got to go west or north is dead to me because I need this 80 down here unless I just want to bury it. So 80's, but 80's got to go west. Which, actually, no, 80 can't work for me, Wes, because I got to come from 29 up here to the 40 to the 50, unless I don't care. Okay, so think about that 41. Let's make lemonade out of lemons here, right? So if I'm ultimately just going to go like this, let's say, and then this is just going to try and come like this, let's say. See, this is the first time playing on tour where I've ever felt like I need to plan out my whole freaking route.
Yeah, right.
To try to make sure I get maximum use out of this river. I've never really felt like I needed to do that before. Yeah. Right.
And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of this game, right? You're planning on that river. It's like, oh, I really want to do this about 10 turns from now. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So I know if I'm going to do this, how do I get to this 41? I've still got more boats. This 29 could come over here to a boat, and then it could jump up here to a. No, because I'm already using this to get to that. All right, so I've got these 2 boats. So, right.
Oh,
so if I gave up on this 14 and I went this way, then I could leave this boat open to like go from a 41 to a 41. So I could do a little bit of stuff down here. That's interesting. And let's see. Wow. Would I do that? If I put an 80 using the, all right, no, I've already used the central. Using the west or the north, if I put an 80 right here. I don't get circle because it's not a hot spot. But my plan could be to go from here with an 80, over here to an 80, to walk over to the 92. But then what are these for? Oh my gosh, I'm exploding, Ro. I can't do it all. I think I could do all that, but no, I'm probably just better off. Oh, but I just don't want to waste this boat. What am I going to do with that 41? Is at this point
I'm in the same
that I would like to pause the live stream and tell everybody to leave for 20 minutes while I figure this out. But that's not good showmanship, is it? No, it is not. I know this 8 is the right thing to do. So Central is dead for me. And I apologize for folks who are watching live now. Yeah, do I want to try and get this 80?
So here's a question for you.
Yeah, go, sir. Go for questions.
So as we go on the river, we can go back and forth. We just can't hit the same port.
Once you've used the boat, it cannot be used again.
Got it. Okay.
So now I'm thinking of a different thing. If I come around here... Oh, wait, no. Right. So the 28 comes to the 29, and then the 29 comes around this way to the 41. Then I could eventually get off there, do a 40 to 80, come back to here, 80 to 90, 92. Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to do it.
Nice.
I think that's absolutely bonkers, crazy, but you only live once, Royale.
That's, you got to do it. As the kids would say, YOLO. I don't know if they still say that, but YOLO.
YOLO indeed. YOLO indeed. But this one is kind of a dead-end boat. Because this area is just completely blocked off because I want to use those 29s.
There is a central.
Oh my gosh.
I've changed my mind like 4 times this time.
I know. I keep coming up with wacky things just to make this stupid 80 work. I should just abandon it. I'm just going to abandon it. All right, I'm not going to do any of these. But folks, hopefully, if nothing else, this gives you an idea of just how deep the rabbit hole goes now with this Paris map. This is heavier than original has ever been. All right, so I'm going to keep the 80. I'm going to go for my original plan from the 29 to the 29. So I could come to the 41. To a 41. Oh, I still want to do it well. I'm going to do it.
Do it.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it after all. All right, so that 14 is now dead to me, even though it's a doubler, so that's unfortunate. But, right, so that means I'm going to need an 80. So I'm going to use this north to put an 80 right there. So that 80, so this is going to be a connection. And this is going to be a connection. Now, it's only 1 point, but it is a few more points there. And this 29 is going to go all the way here like this. I'm having to write out my boats too, Royale, to keep everything straight. And this one is going to come like this over there. Oh my gosh. I think I'm making my head explode. But, okay, pencils down. Final answer. What about you?
Yes. I forgot what numbers we're doing. 8 and 80, right?
8 and 80 in west, central, and north.
So I went with north 80 here to connect that 92.
Okay.
And then I went the 8 central here so I can have a little connection between 5, 8, and 10.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Okay, yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right,
yeah.
You are a bit more straightforward.
I raced like 4 times, but hey.
I know. So, and I have done something so absolutely insane, it is sure to blow up in my face. I want to roll nothing but doubles for the rest of the game now, please.
Do it.
Nope. 85 and 58.
58.
Oh, 85. Okay, 85. Oh, and we are central 14, east 11, and central 18. Okay, that's good. Because I need to get from this 80 to an 85. So let's get off the boat with an 85 using a central. All right, so the plan is actually working. I just need to get something in here to connect these two. All right, so now where does the 58 go? So I've still got another central and I've got an east. What do I like for 58s? Ugh. Is that 41? Oh! Yeah. Yeah, sure, you betcha. Okay, because I need to get on the boat here to come over here. A 41 to a 58 is pretty good. Do I just get right off to the 58, or do I hedge my bets and come? Because 58 to 80 is a long diff. I'm going to put a 58 in another central. So I've said goodbye to hotspots now. I could care less. So, and then we're going to come back over here and here and here to the 80, to the 85, to the 90. Oh, I'm so scared. Let's make sure I didn't cheat. Central 58. And what was the other one? It was 85. Oh, that was my 21. And my 85 was also central. Yep, I'm good. How about you? What's it looking like?
Okay, so I've got 58 central here. I'm going to hopefully connect the 41. I've connected 29 to 41, 50, 58, and I've got the star there. And then east, I've put the 85 here. I'm hoping to make the travel, my boat going this way, and then eventually looping back here somehow. And then, I don't know, we'll figure out the higher numbers
Now you
as we go
realize
along the
if
tour.
you had put that 85 one space to the left, it's a hotspot.
Oh, this is a hotspot?
Number 11 is a hotspot instead of number 20 where you went to.
Okay.
But are you comfortable with that? That's a bigger jump.
You know what? I am. Thank you for telling me that. 85 is now a hotspot.
There you go. 2 points. Done. Or you've just destroyed all your hopes and dreams. One or the other.
Probably the latter.
All right. Yes, there we go. Continuing on. East. East and...
Come on.
North.
North.
The getting 3 of a kind, I've always found it to be very, very rare.
Yeah, and that was funny. We got the very first turn of the game.
I know, that was far out. All right, and we got a 61 and a 16. Sweet 16 and sweet 61. All right, and we are north 10, east 8, and east 19. Ooh. Oh, shoot. All right, no, but I need that 16 between this 8 and this 21. So that means I'm definitely saying goodbye to this 14 if I do that.
Oh, man. Do I?
But I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Luck?
16. All right. No, but it's not a circled one because it's not a hotspot. 16. All right. So that took my north. So now 61 has to go somewhere in the east.
Oh, man. Do I do
Okay.
this?
I don't care about this space. So I'll just bury it up here, I think. 61.
Double points. I've got to do it.
Oh my gosh. I think. Is that right? Okay, east 61. And hey, what do you know? It's a circle. It's a hot spot, but I'll never get there. And 16 went into the north, but not in the hot spot. Okay, cool. What about you, Royale? What you got?
Okay, so I'm burying 16 down here in the east because I wanted to use the 61 north and make it a hot spot on spot number 10.
Number 10.
Yep.
The hottest club in town. Okay, moving on.
That's what I hear, yeah.
And we're getting low to the end. We're going to have to reshuffle pretty soon. East, central, south, 34, and 43.
Ooh.
South,
ooh.
7, central, 18, east, 20. For 34, and 43.
43.
All right, oh. Right, I need this 43 right here. Yep, I'm going to take central for that. And boom. 41 to 43 to 58. It's working! It's working! Channeling my young Annie there. All right. So, okay, central is dead to me now. So south or east is going to take a 34. And here's the thing, I'm running out of places to bury stuff in the east.
Yeah, I need to... Oh,
you know, 34 right here isn't bad. But it's 29. Why? Why did this seem so easy once upon a time to get from 29 to 41? Because there's like a whole bunch of numbers between the two, but there's not. There really isn't.
Oh, man.
Right, so I got to put this... I got to start seeding the space between these two. Right, so let's put... do I want to put 34 here or here? Right. No, I can't put it there because I've already used central. So... Oh, but I could use south. I could go anywhere in south. Oh, if I put the 34 here, it's a hot spot. But no, that's way too far to go. So I'm going anywhere in the south. I'll put 34 here. So now I got to get from 29 to 34, and I got to get from 34 to 41. I feel like that's doable. All right, so did I do that right? That was central 34 and... Oh, no, I'm sorry, a south 34 and a central 43. Okay, I'm done. How about you?
Yeah, this was just about me burying these numbers here. 43 central, 34 east. I'm not connecting those. There's just a blank spot on my map right now.
Less said, the better. All right,
Yep.
Let's move on. Central.
Oh, my gosh.
North. South.
Okay.
And...
Well, give me some numbers.
Snake Eyes. Nope. Number 9 and number 90.
Okay, I can work with that.
Okay. So, yeah, I feel like 90s were important weren't they?
Yeah, 90.
Yes, 90 is perfect. Between an 85 and a 92, forget about it. All right, so I can use this north or this central. It's not a hot spot, but I don't care. I'm getting the 90 right there. And now, number 9 go? Number 9 is useless to me, I think. So I go from 8 to 16 to 21. Although at some point, do I hedge my bets? And do I just put the 9 here and go from 8 to 9 to the star to 29 and forget about all of this little thing right in here, and just the less said about it, the better? Why did I put this 58 here? Why didn't I just put it here and just be safe? What is wrong with me?
Oh.
All right. So the 90 is done, and that was my central. So 9. So do I? You know what? It might be. I'm going to put 9 right here. I still have the option because I could still come around here, come up. No, I can't. This 9 completely blocks it. I've already killed that, so I'd be killing both of those. But I could get another 8 or a 9 and I could go there. But I've already got risky stuff going on there. And I've got risky stuff going on there. I don't know that I want a third risk factor to try to get this to work.
My entire map is all about risk. We're either seeing all of Paris or we're seeing like 2 cities.
Wow. Okay.
We shall see.
Let's see here. I don't know if I want to commit to that. But there's no other way around it. There's no connection there. What about this magic 12? Nope. Whoa! Oh my God. I just noticed something. I could go from 8 to 9 to 10 to 12 to the hot. Wow! Okay, I'm doing it.
That.
I'm doing it.
Nice.
I forget about all of this business here. None of these. I'm throwing away 2 hotspots, but I feel like this is just the safer bet. I do not need more risk vectors. But I do want to come down here. Boop, boop. I don't want to. But I have this as a fallback if I need it. Now this is pod racing. Because now all I can think of is Anakin Skywalker quotes. Young Anakin quotes. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm good. All right, let me check. All right, so that 9 was in the north, and that 90 was central. Yep, and neither were hotspots. What about you, sir?
Okay, so yeah, there's going to be a bunch of clubs I'm ignoring in Paris, but I put 90 in the north here, hoping to connect over here, and then 9 in the south, which I can get to with a 5, 8, 9, and 10 here.
Okay. Lemonade out of lemons, not bad.
Yep, hopefully things start connecting real soon. I am sweating it.
Yeah, I know, me too. This is, although I'm feeling okay, this is a bit of a gamble. But I don't have to come all the way around. I really just need... Well, I need 1, 2. I just need 2. I mean, so I think I can pull that off.
Okay.
I'm liking my chances. Let's see. These, unfortunately, are very loose, floppy prototype cards, so they do not riffle shuffle very well. That was okay. That'll do.
That's not bad.
I'll do in a pinch. Alrighty, let's continue the tour. Bonjour, north, central, and north. Snake eyes.
Doubles.
34 again. Okay.
Oh man.
43. Oh. So now I gotta decide once again. Oh, and it's north 9, central 2, and north 1.
Wow.
So I have this gamble. I got to get these 2 things to make this work, or I just get a hot spot right here with a 43 and just I'm cutting my losses. To heck with you.
Yeah.
All right. So 43. And I am so sloppy. 43, and it's a hot spot. And okay, so that's safe. That is safe. Hopefully, I haven't messed up my rivers too much. I feel like I have, and I've used every boat but one, so that's pretty good. All right, so that was my 43 running off the north, and it was a hot spot. Okay, so now I got to put 34 north or central, and I need 34 down here so bad. Okay. Yes. No.
Oh,
I want to put this 34 right here next to my other 34. Yes, I can. Yes, let's do it. Let's put a 34 right here off of central. That's just an extra point. I still got to make this work. But I feel like that's going to happen. 29, something between 29 and 34, something between 34 and 41. Yeah. And that was not a hot spot. I would have had to come up here. But the other one, the 43. Oh, wait. No, but then that 43 is not a hotspot anymore because I'm using central to get down here, which means this 43 is not a hotspot. But that's worth it just to sleep well at night. 43, no hotspot, one less point, but one more chance of not it all blowing up in my face. What about you?
Okay,
Still
I've just changed
erasing.
my mind a couple of times. With 43, I'm going north here just to. This is like sort of like my backup plan here. 41, 43.
Now, you know, if you put that 43 in the 9, it's a hotspot, but I don't think that would work for you.
That's the thing, yeah. I would put the 43 at hotspot, but yeah, it would pretty much kill it. And then I buried the 34 club down here in central.
Nobody talks about south of the Seine with you, I guess. All right.
Yeah, you don't want to go to those clubs anyways.
No. South of the river, nope. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's move on then. And I'm going to keep saying snake eyes until I roll a gosh darn snake eyes. Although I will accept any two numbers of the same denomination.
Same.
Snake eyes. Doubles. Yo, for a brief moment, it was like this. But then they both did this.
That's what I saw.
Did you see that? That was ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
And central, south, and north. Okay, 48 and 84.
Is there a north? Thank you.
All right, so that 84 is useless because I'm going to 80 to 80. I'm going to 43 to. Yeah, that was. I might regret that later. But all right, so that 84 I just have to bury. The 48. The 48 does not get me from 34 to 41. Dang it.
48 goes here.
Dang it. All right, so both of those are dead to me. Crap. Is that right? Yep. 41 jumps over here to 41, which it's the same end result. So it just wouldn't have worked. All right. So 48 and 84, I'm burying both of them deep. And now one thing, folks, if you're just burying numbers, one thing you want to do is spread the bodies around. Because if you put them all in one space, eventually you'll get to a point where it says, oh, you have to put something in that area that's completely full. Now, we haven't mentioned this yet. Hopefully it hasn't happened for you folks. But if you're ever in a situation where the locations that the cards say you must go, plus the numbers, put you in a situation where you can't do anything, instead, you write an X wherever you want, and that is an X that cannot be visited during your tour. So that's why you want to spread stuff around so you still have more places to bury bodies, because I still have to bury both this 48 and this 84 somewhere in central, south, and north. Right, so let's go on ahead and use the south and put the 48 over here. And let's put the 84 just or the way over here. The 84. All right, so I'm still leaving places to jump stuff. Okay, that was a bad turn for me. What about you?
I've got the 48 here in central. And what was the central number again?
The central number was 1.
Oh, it was 1. Okay,
so you'd have to go a little bit to the left.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. And then the 84 over here, I'm hoping to loop back around to get that 84 to the 85.
All right, you use the central and north. Gotcha. Good call. All right, moving right along. I'm going to roll first, see if that changes things up.
Doubles.
So close. Adjacents, which is not quite the same as doubles. 54 and 45. In central. South. Ah.
Darn.
Okay. Central 10. Central 9. South 5. 45. Oh! Gosh darn it! 41, you're killing me. You're killing me, 41.
45.
54.
45. 54.
54, you're killing me. Oh, see, this is where it starts falling apart, folks. All right, that does not get me into either of these spots.
Okay, I'll put the south over here.
Well, this is going to be terrible. I'm really starting to get worried about these. We need to start rolling some doubles.
Agreed.
All right, so... All right, now, if it isn't going to work out, is there a fallback I can do? I mean, that's another thing, too. This river, if you're really entwined in it, you can say, oh, I'm just going to cut off this entire third of my tour and just jump from... Because I'm not tied to these boats. These boats can jump however I want. I'm thinking about them this way. But I could say, oh, well, I didn't get this figured out. Okay, so this boat won't jump from there to there to there. It'll just jump from there to there and just, and keep the rest of the tour going. So that's an interesting thing, too. Wow. All right. And let's not forget, I got to fill this space in too. I got to get this to here. I totally forgot. I have another heart. I know another. Oh, no, I don't. I do. I am safe. I have this, so I'm fine with that. But don't fill that in. Don't bury anything there because that's important. So let's just bury this 54 up here, never to be spoken of again. And let's put the 45. I'd like to put it over here, but I can't because I don't have a north or a west. All right, I'll just put the 45 also in central in this area that would have actually worked if I'd gone a different way. All right, so I'm done. Did you have any better luck?
Well, I buried 45 out here. We don't care about that club. And the 54 is going to be here at the boat. I'm hoping to be able to cruise on over here to this side. We'll see if it works out.
I have faith in you. All righty.
Thank you.
All right, north. North!
Come on.
South. Oh, these cards are cruel.
So close.
All right, I'm gonna stop visualizing snake eyes. I'm gonna visualize 33. 33. Or a 48 and an 84. Come on. Again? Oh my gosh. I am running out of space to bury bodies. I am getting into trouble here.
Oh, man.
Wow.
North or a...
Come on.
No.
Oh, I'm dying. I mean, if nothing else, I can ignore all this. I can just jump from this 29 to this 85, and I'm just throwing these points away, but then I'm also throwing all that away. Oh, that sucks.
Yep.
Oh, that sucks. So sucksy sucks. And so this 80 to 85 to 90, no bueno. No bueno. And 48, 41 to 43 to, well, I have no choice but to stay at the 43 and then jump to the 80. Jumping 43 to 80 is the biggest mistake in the universe. I'm throwing so many opportunities away right there. But I just wanted to have safety, and now I'm paying the price by not leaving my options open. All right, I'm going to bury both of these numbers. This time I'm going to go north and bury the 48 way over here. And I'm going to bury the 84. Running out of places. Running out of places. I will bury the 84 also in the north right there. Well, actually, I'll bury the two 84s next to each other because of my weird obsession with rolling the same useless numbers over and over and over again. How is this happening?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yep. All right. Any better for you?
No, I feel like I've been saying this the entire game. I'm burying this one over here, 48, and I'm going to bury the 84 right here.
How many times have I rolled 48 and 84? I mean, I've rolled repeatedly. This is weird. I mean, in theory, that's a good thing too, because it means you can just put the same number next to each other and get strings, but only if you can get those strings in the right spot. Okay, you're done?
Exactly. Yep, done.
Okay, we're coming down to the wire. Central, north.
Doubles, come on. Okay.
Sorry, failed ones. 33.
Come on.
13. At least it's something new. Thank God. 29 to 34, 13. Please let me... Oh! Okay. I think in the east... Oh, and look at this. It's even a hot spot. 8 in the east. 31 is a hot spot. Phew. Okay. Now this 13, I think, is dead to me.
This 13 is definitely dead to me.
Oh!
North,
9
central.
to blank to 12. Shoot. That would have been cool. So, all right. So, what have I just used? I've just used the east. So now I've got to bury the 13 in the north or the central. And I'm running out of places to bury. And if I run out of places to bury, then I have to fill in the actual spaces. And then things start going bad very fast. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I am so regretting, all that. All right, I know. Okay. 13. Is there anything I should do as a backup? No, not really there. 13, I guess it would be a dead end. That's to that. Where are the dang stars? Well, we've only had 2 doubles. That is also an outlier. We see more doubles by this point in the game, in my experience. Yeah,
and they were very early in the game. Which,
when they were useless. When they were just like, useless, I don't know, maybe, kind of things. Yeah. I know,
tell you
world's
right now,
smallest violin playing just for us. I'm sure everybody who's playing
Exactly.
along is doing fantastically. Good for you.
Yeah, because my star right here in the middle of the map is doing nothing for me
Oh,
right now.
man.
That's so sad.
It made sense when you said it,
Yeah,
but it turns out you were wrong.
I was totally wrong.
All right. Okay. See, no, I do not want to bury this in the center because I need to have more spaces to bury in the center so I can keep that open. So do I bury it in the south? No, because I need to keep that open because this stupid 50. Oh my gosh. What have I done? What have I done? I want to put it right over here. I can't because I don't have a... All right, so it's got to go somewhere in the center. Right. Or the north. Oh, it could go anywhere in the north. Okay. Then fine. I'll just put the 13 over here. And final stop right there. I can't go from a 92 to a 13. Unhappy. What about you?
I stuck club number 13 out here in the east, and then I buried club number 31 here in central. So apparently I'm going to be doing a lot of zigzagging at the end of the game here. We're going to see if it works.
Well, we're coming down to the wire. How many more spaces do we have? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. We're almost done, folks. And 2 of those 4 are make or break for me. That is not a good place to be at the end of On Tour. North, east, north. Nothing.
Wow.
Give me a pair of numbers to try to visualize.
Please. 44.
All right. You're using it. The power of quantum entanglement, the quantum realm, quantum physics. 44. Everybody in the future.
44.
Reach back in time using quantum entanglement to visualize 44. 15. And 51.
15 works. I love it.
Well, buddy, for you.
51, I don't think I need.
All right, so now... Oh, my gosh, and I can't even bury here. Because I have to put these... All right, so this is the point. I'm going to have to start putting X's down, I think. Because, all right, so my entire east is full, so I can't put anything there. I have to fill in these north spaces. I have 2 norths. All right, oh my gosh. So that's it? That's murder. That is... No, it's not. It's not. Remember, because I said I had the fallback. We're falling back. We're just jumping right from the 9 to the star. So, I'm putting both these in the north. 51 and 15, just to spite me. 51 and 15. All right. Yikes. And what about you? What were you so happy about? Happy days were here again.
Well, I had this blank space almost the entire game between 14 and 29, and you just rolled a 15, which was perfect, and it was in the north. So that's going to connect that. And then the 51, I don't even know where I put it. Oh, no, the 51 I had to X because there was no spot for me to place it.
Oh, wow, you got to the Xing. Let the Xing begin. Okay.
Yep.
I think this is the last round, isn't it?
It is.
Because I'm only counting 2 more blank spaces, correct?
That is correct. And you know what? Actually, that X of mine, my bad. I could put it in the north. So
so you had to put it in the north.
Like
okay.
an X.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Final turn.
Then is it. And here's the deal about the final turn, folks. No cards.
Yes.
You just roll. You have to use the numbers, but you can put them in any region you want. Although, in my case, the only region is Southwest. This is my last best hope. I need something between 34 and 41. That's a pretty decent range.
Doubles
or
maybe?
wild.
I think, yeah, wild would be nice.
All right, but I'm just going to picture... I'm picturing something. It's 36. Because picturing wilds didn't help. I know this doesn't make a difference, folks. I don't actually believe this, but I'm doing it anyway.
I love
Forgive me. 36.
Come on.
26!
Whoa! Not bad, my friend.
Did you intercept my 36 and turn it into a 26 with your
not bad
brain?
At all.
Wow. So that's it. Dead on arrival. All right, and so I have to put both these, 26 and 62. So I'm not. Did I just lose this 29? All right. Darn it, 26 and 62. Okay, so we are done. Done. Come get some. And it is time, folks. It is time to go on tour. So I'm going to start, and then we'll do yours afterwards, Royale. So, alrighty. Okay, let's get this party started. All right. So I think I dropped that. And in hindsight, whatever. But I don't have to. I mean, none of these are written in stone. I could still change things up. I'm definitely starting at 1. Right? Do I come over here to this 5, 10, 16, 14, 21? Nope. See, here's I should have been paying a bit more attention. I could have maybe made something out of this, but I didn't. All right, so just numbers. All right, let me figure my route. So, okay, I still think, so that 29 comes over here to this 29, except it doesn't anymore. Because this 29, unless I want to walk, I mean, I can get to the 31, and the 34, the 34, and then the 50, and then the 92. So I could just come all the way here and then cut all that. So, okay, I got to actually figure out what I'm going to cut out, because I couldn't get that, because this was all dead. So, I mean, that could make or break me, although I think I'm broken anyway. I feel like I want to get these. So if I jump from 34 to 50, and then I jump from 50 to 92, then I ride the 92 over here, and then I'm done. That's a really short tour. But it is picking up. I mean, it's not like there were any hot clubs anywhere else on this path that I was going to be able to do. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so, yep, so 29 over here to 50. Yeah, okay, so, all right, so, number of clubs visited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is pathetic. Now, number of hot clubs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's actually pretty good.
Wow.
All right,
nice.
Riverboat total. I only rode 2 boats. I rode 29 to try. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for my first boat ride, and then the other one was 1, 2, 3. So 10 gives me a
nice.
A whopping 34 points. No, that is not nice at all. That is very sad and pathetic. But how'd you do?
Okay, so I started my tour in the number 1 here, and from line number 1, I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Can I jump on a boat all the way to number 5?
Yes, and that would score you 1, 2, 3, 4 points for your first boat ride. Oh, and I actually forgot. Actually, we are supposed to. Not that it matters. I just count in my head. But you got this space down here, so you ride your first boat. You know how many points you got for your first boat ride, your second boat ride, etc., etc.
Oh, okay.
Yep, just forgot about that.
Okay, so I again.
I see. Or you write the reminder of what they were. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So let's just do my route real quick. So I 1 to 5 to 8 to 9 to 10. Take a boat over to 14, up to 15, 29, 29, 29, 41, 43, 43, 48, 54. Take another boat over to this wild, and then 84, 85, 90, and 92.
Oh, I don't like it, folks. And you've already counted, and that was 20 stops?
That's 20 stops, and I hit 6 hot spots.
6 hot spots. Okay. All right. Well,
so that's 26.
Oh my gosh, so we're both at 24.
Yeah. So then,
but then your boats.
If you can help me
rode
with
a third boat.
Now the riverboat thing. So how do I count it? Is it
all right,
1, 2?
Let's see. All right. So your first one was what? From A to E.
A to E.
So basically, you like A to B is 1 point, right? So it's just one step. So basically, A to E is 1, 2, 3, 4. So A to E is 4.
Okay.
And what's your next one?
G to I.
To I is 1, 2. So that's 2. And then your last one?
I'm going back from D to B.
D to B is 2.
Okay.
So that is an extra 8.
34.
What?
Did we just tie?
No, we didn't.
We did.
No, because I have 10 points for riverboats.
I have 8 points for riverboats.
Right. Wait. So I don't trust my own math. 15 plus 9 is 24. Plus 10 is 34.
I've got 26 plus 8 is 34.
Okay. I'll take it. Virtual high five.
Okay, nice.
We put on both pathetic, horrible tours. But folks, let us know how you did. Down in the show notes, I look forward to some crushing results for my own well-being. And hopefully that gives you a pretty good idea of On Tour Paris, which is one half of the On Tour in Paris and New York, which are on Kickstarter right now. And if you'd like, you can hear some final thoughts by hitting that I up in the top right corner screen or following the show notes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! Okay, we are out. And where's the RvR thing? There we go. Boom. Yay!
Yay!
Oh, folks, did we lose you?
It looks like
I felt like I was really spinning my wheels there a lot. I was trying to be entertaining at the very least, because oh my gosh,
you did fantastic. These type of games it's tough to stay engaged. I think because you really start getting I need to do this and this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's so good though. I really enjoy this.
So let me ask you. Okay, so you played on tour, and you've played this. Have you played New York?
I have not played New York yet.
Okay, yeah. Well, how do you compare this to Paris to traditional on tour?
I love original on tour.
Yes.
This one is definitely more thinky.
Yes.
But just by adding the one little river thing.
The river thing and the doubles that every location. It's like we were on the U.S. map, and there's 2 Oklahomas and 2 Oregons and 2 Ohio's and states that start with something other than O. So that's interesting too. It adds a little bit, but I think it's a subtle but important thing.
Yeah, and I think that's the perfect word. It's subtle, but very subtle changes. Because if you know on tour, you know how to play this already, but just those little changes make it definitely more complex and more brain burning.
Yeah. Now here, okay, for folks who haven't seen my run through, the New York map is interesting. Oh, that's too reflective. Let's come back over to the overhead for a little bit. And then did any more questions come in? Because folks, we'll stick around for a little bit of Q&A. But let me tell you, while we're checking that, the way the New York map works is, first of all, you do not have to seed 4 spots right from the get-go. That part of setup is skipped. And but otherwise, it's just, still, we've got these different districts. And, we have cards. Where are my New York cards? They're right here. But here's the interesting thing about the New York cards. Let me show you 2 different New York cards. Right. So you might get this New York card that says, hey, put it in this borough. And I don't remember I think this is Brooklyn. I forget. I know that's Manhattan. I know one of these is Queens, or one of these is the Bronx. I forget. I'm pretty sure that's Brooklyn. I could be wrong. But anyway, so if you get this, then you got to go into Brooklyn. Actually, it says my prototype, I had to write it in by hand. So you got to go into Brooklyn, and it will be a jazz solo. That's the equivalent of a hotspot, but there's a set collection element. Now if everybody's got to go there, because it's a Brooklyn, pick a spot. Or you might have drawn this one that says, hey, you can go into Brooklyn or the Bronx or Manhattan. You can go into any of the spaces here, or here. So you got a wide variety. But, again, this was another one where I had to hand write because my prototype was a little rough and ready. If you still go to Brooklyn, it'll be a hotspot again. You'll get to circle it, right? But the thing is, if you went to Brooklyn off of this card and circled it, you actually... let me get these out of the way. You will notice that, hey, I said, 42, right? It was 42, and it was this hotspot for the saxophone player. Or again, it's a soloist gig. I put a little check mark because that kind of looks like a saxophone. You have different symbols down here, and then if I did the other one, that one is for the drums, and say, oh, that's awesome. It's a 44. So I put them next to each other, and I put an X because it looks like cross drumsticks. So I connect these, right? And I keep on doing things like you normally do. At the end of the game, you get points for the longest route, and you don't get points for every stop. Instead, the more saxophone solos, the more of these I tick off. The more drum solos I stop at, the more of these I tick off. And the more you do, the more points you get. So it adds set collection to the game, which is far freaking out.
Very nice.
Yes.
I
But then,
like that.
on top of that, there are fairies. And fairies are ones where you get a fairy if you roll doubles. Doubles don't just go wherever you want, but I could say, hey, I'm going to make a road from here to here. That's a fairy line. Either off of doubles or everything of the same, or occasionally, let me see if I can find one, you will draw fairies. And when you see one of these comes up, it feels like if the regular game, there's a card that just says wild, do whatever you want. And when those come up is when you are so desperate to say, okay, well, I got to get this fairy line in, because by the end, you've got such a crazy spaghetti of fairies because it's the only way to get across the water to all these different boroughs. So you either take those fairies when they come up, which inevitably means, you give up a chance to get another drum in Manhattan, which was exactly what you needed. So that's really painful. Another thing in Manhattan, there's Central Park. As soon as you surround all 4 of these spaces, whether they connect or not, you get a star that you can put wherever you want. And stars still do exist. I might be getting fairies wrong. I forget. I know, or maybe no. I think is it that if you roll doubles, you can either do a star or a fairy. I forget, something like that. Played this a few
Okay.
weeks ago, did a run through, but this gets much more complex. Interestingly, this doesn't get more complex, but it gets a lot crunchier. This gets a
Yeah.
lot more complex with extra rules for and the way fairies work and crossing
Okay.
water. But the fairies are so powerful and so flexible, it gives you a lot of get out of jail free cards. You often feel like you're screwed, but like I said, it's like there are guaranteed wild cards in the deck, and you know they're coming.
Okay.
There's 3 of
Yeah.
them. You're going to see at least probably 4 or maybe 5 of them. So you can plan on those because they're not going to go away. But then when they come up, it's the perfect time to put a drum over there, which will get you the last step to jump from 11 to 16 points on the drum set collection. So that's how
Cool.
New York works. It's
Love it.
crazy.
Oh, I can't wait to play that one.
Oh,
too.
it is excellent.
Yeah, it's such a cool game, right? I mean, very simple, just roll and write numbers, but man, it forces you into some tough decisions, and do you press your luck and try to leave that one space open? I was really sweating it with that 14 and 15 when that finally came up, but yeah, such a cool game.
Yeah, let's see. So I'm looking at
people in
the
chat-
audience.
Yeah, some
40,
people got some pretty
39,
good numbers.
28.
Yeah.
Thank you, Goblin, for making me feel a little
Okay.
better.
So we
41
got a
from
39,
top.
nice.
41.
40.
A to H is 7. All right, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's correct. A to H would be 7 points, top. 35 from McButterpants. McButterpants, you're my favorite because you only beat me by 1 point. First time chatter, thank you for taking the time to make me feel a little bit better about, because everybody else just wants to, we got in our 40s. Woo! And I've played this and they haven't. Come on!
Well, like we say, you're a good teacher. You taught everyone well.
There you go. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Who else was actually putting on a show for potentially thousands of viewers? Huh?
Exactly.
Huh?
Yeah. You did some heavy lifting there.
Yep.
How about some Q&A? Then
Yeah,
we get out of
please.
here?
Let's do it. We got a few minutes.
Okay. Here we go. We've got Mom Gamer saying, "What is your #1 go-to song/album?" Oh. Wow.
Well, I mean that's a separate question.
Yeah.
Go-to
Let's ask
song.
from both.
Not favorite song, but go-to song. Now that's an
Go-to.
interesting distinction.
Yeah.
Because my favorite songs are not necessarily something I want to listen to every time. I mean,
Right.
I can say, and it's a bit of trivia. Maybe I should save this for another trivia. What is my? Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba is one of the most important songs in my life.
Oh, okay. Leave it at that. Save it for trivia.
Okay.
That's great.
Hey, Ro,
Yeah.
I could ask at some point, why is Chumbawamba the most important pop artist in the last 50 years, according to me? And I'll tell you.
Nice.
So Tub Thumping, honestly though, I know everybody else is sick of it, especially if you've got kids, but man, Let It Go, I think, is one of the most important pop songs in decades. The message it sends, the empowerment and all that. The first time I saw it, I'd never heard of it. We didn't see Frozen in the theater. We saw it at home when it was eventually available. I didn't know anything about it. I thought, this is going to be we're probably about the same as Tangled. Tangled was nice. But when that started and ended, I mean, I was just floored. The first time in my living room. I literally applauded a song for people who had recorded it years ago. I mean, Let It Go is amazing to me. If I think about it too hard, I will cry. The power of that song. So, what about you?
This is so tough because my go-to whenever I work and I have my earbuds in or I'm just listening to music, it's always just some random YouTube channel that I'll just have like some lo-fi music, no words
with
or
no
anything,
lyrics. Exactly.
Yeah, just no lyrics. So that's my go-to. It's actually Lo-Fi Girl. Whoever's behind Lo-Fi Girl, they let you stream it for free. So if you watch my streams, I have it in the background all the time, and that's my style. It's super chill, very mellow, and just. That's my my jam when it comes to working or whatever. As far as I gotta say a song or something. Oh man. Well, okay. How about this? I know you're a big fan of the Beatles. I will throw on any Beatles album at any time. Honestly.
Without fail.
That's
and what's your number one?
Yeah.
If you could
number
only have
one.
one.
Yeah. If I had to have one, give me Abbey Road. Side 2 of Abbey Road. Give me the side 2 of Abbey Road.
I kind of agree with that. Although. I mean, just for variety, it's kind of hard to beat the White Album.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Every track is something new and different.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the Beatles; they have such a wide range, right? When they started with like very poppy stuff, and when they first came out, to the experimental stuff at the very end. I enjoy it all. What
was the teen version of Dangerous Liaisons with Sarah Michelle Gellar? Or what was the name of the lead actor in that movie? It's driving me nuts.
Cruel Intentions.
Cruel Intentions.
Cruel Intentions.
Your thought
With,
about what music do you listen to when you're working? I used to do that a lot in the video game industry, and there was one soundtrack to one movie in particular that I thought was amazing. Okay, Ryan Felipe. It's not Cruel Intentions, but I can't remember the name of the movie. It's another movie he's in, and now I can find that, and I highly recommend it. It's an older one. Okay, way older, like maybe 90s even. Oh my God, he's been in a bajillion movies. Jeez Louise, how many movies has this guy been in? Okay, maybe I can't find it after all. I really wanted to give credit where credit is due. This is a really It's
it was a movie he was in.
It is. It's The Way of the Gun.
The Way of the Gun,
which is a noirish, thriller, with Benicio del Toro and Juliette Lewis. Absolutely a phenomenal movie from director Christopher McQuarrie, who went on to become Mr. Mission Impossible now. An early movie for me. A great movie and great soundtrack.
Agreed. Yeah.
And you're underwater.
That one. Oh, what happened? Oh my gosh.
We can hear you fine. It's just
okay.
The internet.
The
tubes are clogged.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the next question here. We got a couple left. Mom Gamer says, "How do you handle it if the chemistry is off with another YouTuber?"
Well, I just keep doing the Rahdo thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about on camera, if it's on camera, and it's happened to me once or twice, I'll just keep doing the Rahdo thing. It's basically a kind of suit I wear anyway, so I just kind of muscle through. And if I don't get on with somebody in real life, then I don't want to make them uncomfortable with my presence. I'll just try to extract myself from their life so they don't have to be unhappy by being around me. That's kind of my goal, because I would put them first. If there's something I can do to address whatever the concern is, great. And if I can't, then I'll just say, well, I'm sorry that I pushed your buttons or whatever, and I'll just leave you be, and I'll cross the other side of the street so you don't have to see me or hear me.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Mom Gamer, is that talking about chemistry as far as like working with another creator on YouTube? Is that what you're asking? Because I tend to, whenever I work with someone, you do the one thing, and then you'll know right away if the chemistry's on or off, and if you don't work with them again, that's no problem. If we can't get along, that's okay. That's you're not meant to create content with everyone. So like you said, just you move along. It's all good. Here's a question from, who is this? Bodie Belly. If you were to start a new podcast / Twitch / YouTube channel on a hobby or focus other than board gaming, what would it be?
Well, obviously, it'd be movies and TV. I think, because that's my number 2 hobby. And honestly, I would love to do it. This came up recently in another Q&A, or no, I think it was in my podcast. People were asking, well, what are you going to do when you eventually retire from Rahdo Runs Through? Or no, it wasn't. It was a heavy question. It was a serious question about, what if Jen dies? What would you do? Because for me, that completely shuts down my entire career, because if I don't have her to play games, I'm not playing games, period. And so I thought about, it was a thoughtful, it wasn't like a gotcha or anything like that, but it really made me stop and think for a bit. Well, what would I do? Because my main options would be, well, I could focus on solo games only, but I just don't know if I'd have any desire to ever play board games again without her. And so my other option would be go back to the video game industry, which I could probably do in a heartbeat. Or my other option would be pivot and or leave this channel to you and Shay and Kim and Amy and Maggie and Ryan and anybody else. Just leave it to all of you folks, and I would go off and that's when I finally hit. Oh, I would kind of love to start over, and I would love to do a channel about TV. Because I would still keep watching TV. I'd still keep watching movies. And I see, there are much more, the biggest board game channel will never be as big as, a moderately successful pop culture TV channel.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. That's a fascinating thing to think about.
I'd make my bones by having a searing 50-hour, treatise about how Last Jedi is the greatest movie of all time. I would then follow that up with a point-by-point disassembly of everything that what's those guys who became very famous doing the serial killer talking about Star Wars movies?
Oh, a serial killer. Oh, I was.
They did movies about the prequels that were longer than the movies themselves. I can't think of their names now. I want to say Mr. Something or other. And Red Letter Media. Red Letter Media.
Okay.
So I would do
Yeah, yeah.
I would do a twice as long, refuting every single point they make because they're wrong in every possible way, and so that would get a lot of attention by taking
Wow.
on the big hitters. And I think I'd be fairly articulate, and then I would build from there. That's my plan. I
Yeah.
just made it up on the spot, but it's so crazy.
Wow.
It just might work. What about you?
Folks, that you never know. Rahdo runs through Netflix, or Rahdo runs through
Wow.
movies. Right? I would watch that in a heartbeat. It's simple. I would if I didn't start getting a board game, it would be about food, some kind of food channel. Me and
Oh,
Michelle going
yeah.
out and eating. Like, yeah, we actually have a little Instagram. It's called Royale and Michelle Eat and Go. It's an Instagram dedicated to our eating and traveling. Obviously, before the pandemic hit,
Right.
we would just share photos of what we're of meals and also places that we visited. So I would do that. But great question. We got one final question here. Weirdest. Oh wait, here it is. Weirdest day jobs from Soften Your Razor.
In my life, the weirdest job I had, the weirdest day job I had. What if my weirdest job was a night job? You don't want to hear about that? Or maybe you don't want to hear about it.
I want to hear about it.
I've never really had weird jobs. I mean, my brother was a carny for a while.
Oh, really?
Yep, and he was also a male prostitute for a while.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. My brother, he's the black sheep of the family. He was legally dead for a little while. You name it,
Oh my
he's
gosh.
done it. Great guy, but always been a bit wild and,
Wow.
act first, think later. But for me, probably, I'm sure a lot of people would say, oh, making video games is just weird. That's very outside the norm. What we both do right now is really freaking weird.
Right? Yeah.
Imagine telling little 7-year-old Urel, hey, guess what you're going to be doing as you approach your midlife crisis? And you go, like, what? What's a YouTube? What? What's an internet? What? I mean...
If you would have told me this 5 years ago, I would have thought you were off your rocker, right?
Yep.
So this is definitely, for me, the weirdest job I've had, which I absolutely love. But, yeah. I'm thinking, like... I've done like just random jobs. I did a one time. Here's a well, no, I'll save that for a trivia. So
okay,
we'll save that but this is definitely my weirdest day job.
I think probably, for almost a year. I think when I was in college, I worked part-time at a call center that called up trying to do surveys. So I was that guy who would call, not to sell you something, but just to get your opinion about, who's running in the 92 election or what type of laundry detergent you use. So I did that. That was another place to kind of hone the Rahdo persona, because I needed to be bubbly and upbeat and just like, if I stop talking, they'll hang up. So I got to keep them on the line. So that's why I still, to this day, I apologize that I talk over you so much. It's because I had to keep the patter going.
No worries. Oh, were you and Jen dating by then? Or?
Yes. We were living in sin by that point, I think. No, we might no. So I think we got married when I was still at Nintendo. And and that was after Nintendo. So no, yes, I was happily married by that point. There was also a window where in between, I was a mailman. I was a United States Postal Service carrier.
Oh, were you really?
And you know what? Honestly, that is still to this day the best job I ever had. Easily.
Really?
I loved it. I hated getting up early, and I hated having to sort the mail, and I wonder if technologically the sorting the mail, it was backbreaking. Getting to the station at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then having to spend 4 hours standing just doing this manually. That was murder. I hated that part. Yeah. But then once I got out on the street, it was just summertime in Seattle, just walking around and enjoying the weather, saying hi to everybody, petting dogs. Occasionally macing dogs sometimes. I did have the little dog mace. I did have to use it.
Yeah, okay.
But I loved that job until that's a whole nother trivia thing. How did I lose my job at the post office?
Oh, yeah, save it. We got some good stuff saved for trivia, folks. I think that's it for the Q&A that we have.
Well, okay then. Do you see anybody to raid? And while you're looking, I will say thank you, Mad Joe 80 for subscribing. We're about to go, but I hope you enjoyed a little bit of time with your avatar. Dutch Yoda, thanks for the raid. Hopefully, we couldn't stop filming in the middle of the raid, but hopefully I kind of worked into the patter something that at least explained what was happening, so you knew where you had landed. Agamon, thank you again for subscribing an hour ago. And Big Pop, okay, so thanks to everybody. And, we had a Need a Hug. There was a Need a Hug done today. Did it work out? Did a Need a Hug work, everybody? I hope so. I'll go back and watch later. Okay. Oh, that's not true. Yes,
Cool.
there was a Need a Hug last time. You want? But a Need a Hug today is not going to be good. It's best to do it in the R&R where we have peak audience, as when there's like 50 people all hugging one person at the same time. It's awesome. But okay,
Cool.
who do you like, Royale, for a raid?
Well, we all love Becca Scott. She is streaming right now.
Uh-huh. We
Big
love
fan of
Rainer
Becca.
Alforce too.
Rainer's there too. Oh, okay, yeah, there he is. We've got
Oh,
Becca,
and let's see, Rainer is playing Underwater Cities,
oh, okay.
which is awesome.
We could always, yeah. And then there's also Czech Games Edition. Ray, she is, I don't know what she's playing today.
Oh, Rachel?
Yes. Actually, no, she is not. She is hosting a channel right
Oh,
now.
okay, all right.
Okay. Oh, that's Phantom Meeple. Joe's a good guy. He and Amanda Panda are playing something. I don't know what they're playing.
Well, you like that one? I mean, don't
Yeah,
get
it's
me wrong.
either- well,
I love Becca, but Becca
Yeah.
has almost 250 viewers right now. I mean,
Yeah. And
I want to spread the
I'm looking
love.
at-
Yeah.
You're right. And I'm looking at Rainer's channel. I mean, he's playing Underwater Cities, and only a couple of people are watching. I think we should spread
And
the
actually,
love
he's
to
not
him,
playing. I looked a bit more closely. He's doing a countdown, folks.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
And honestly, I mean, it's one thing to go. I mean, you just watch two doofuses blunder their way through a game for a couple of hours. Wouldn't you like to actually hear? Well, I mean, Rainer is a professional in the industry. His top 10 list countdowns are important. They're meaningful. So I suggest we raid him. Plus, he's just a really a swell guy, I gotta say.
He's a good guy.
Yep. So, okay, folks.
Cool.
We are going to send all the mega hugs to mega hug raids. Really need to get those raid icons. I actually have some raid icons that were made by a regular viewer of the channel. But I keep forgetting to do it. But okay, folks, thanks for sticking with us. Stick for this raid. You'll get a lot of points to unlock more bonus stuff. And we will be back Tuesday of next week doing a Kickstarter upcoming hotness. Can't miss it kind of. Although, no, actually. Yeah. We're doing our R&R Kickstarter show, but things are changing. So
changes.
Yes, face the strange with us, folks, this Tuesday. Yeah. And in the meantime, go say hey to Rainer. Raid! Go, 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 go!
Raid!
All right. Cool. So I just announced that.
And
are you fine with that change?
Yeah, I'm great with the change.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I have not stopped streaming yet. Okay, so all right. I'll see you on Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.